easy prey for a team in desperate need of wins. And with every win, their playoff dreams grow. With the recent acquisition of backstop Barry Brust, the Hitmen are enjoying consistent goaltending. Add talented forwards like Ryan Getzlaf and Andrew Ladd, and this Calgary squad is squarely set on the postseason. The Blaze and the Hitmen next on the net.
The Canadian Hockey League on Sportsnet.
The Calgary Hitmen have set a franchise record for total attendance this year. Tonight's crowd expects a win from the home side as the Hitmen host the Saskatoon Blaze. Good evening and welcome to CHL Hockey on Rogers Sportsnet. I'm Barry Strader. The Saskatoon Blades come into Calgary tonight playing their third game in 3 nights and riding a 30-game winless streak. The Blades will be in tough tonight, taking on a Calgary Hitmen team that snapped a 6-game losing streak of its own on Saturday with a big 5-2 win over the Central Division leading Medicine Hat Tigers here at the Pengrowth Saddledome. A big night for the top line of Ryan Getzlaf, Andrew Ladd, and Brett O'Malley, who combined for 8 points in the game. Barry Brust allowing 2 goals on 26 shots, and again, their longest losing streak of the season snapped with that victory. A huge win for the Hitmen as they look towards the playoffs, and with their thoughts on tonight's matchup against Saskatoon, let's go up to the broadcast booth and join Ryan Walter and Roger Millions.
All right, Barry, thanks very much. Good evening, everybody. Indeed, the Hitmen are looking towards the playoffs, and they're looking for more production from Ryan Getzlaf, who's had an amazing year. A top pick for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. He went to Canada's national junior team, performed well there, and has come back here and lit it up for the Hitmen.
Well, he's going to get lots of ice time tonight, Roger. This is a game where Getzlaf is going to play a ton of ice time. Calgary's injured, and look at the streak that the Ryan Getzlaf's on right now. He's also just generated 12 points in 5 games against the Blades. So this is a team that he loves to generate points against. And as you pointed out, a high pick, 19th overall. He's a real good player.
Getzlaf's been great, but his line mate Andrew Ladd has really been a key ingredient to Ryan's success.
Well, and both players skate very well. Andrew Ladd's got, as we were talking about, a very nice set of hands. He'll put pucks on net, scored 26 goals in the BC Hockey League last year. And as you can see, he has just continued that streak. A real good player and a very highly touted player that we get a chance to watch tonight.
Well, those two men have been great news for the Calgary Hitmen. For the Saskatoon Blades, though, Ryan Walter, it's been a year of absolute struggle. It's hard to imagine a team going through what this Blade Hockey Club has had to suffer through this entire season.
Well, absolutely. Not only from a player's perspective, but also from a coaching perspective. As you can see, that board right there tells a story about the problems for the Blades. They've had an awful season.
But there's nothing that the Saskatoon Blades and Ryan Keller would rather do than upset the Calgary Hitmen's hopes. The Blades and Hitmen coming up next.
Flat tire on my van. I think my wife parallel parks front first. No time to get the tire fixed with the kids and everything like that, but I headed over to Cal Tire.
It was about a minute till closing. A leaky tire isn't safe. You can't watch the clock on that.
And the bay doors opened up and hooked up all the hose outside, and I've just never had service that good. Nice to find a place that 1 minute before closing still means that you're open.
Cal Tire, true service.
Entertainment for the bus ride to the Stouffville Clippers away game, $140. 1 bag of cheesies, Tim Hortons donuts, Smarties, and pop, $42. Motel rooms for the night, $240. Knowing there's a big, clean sheet of ice waiting on the other end, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Fan of the CHL and those who love hockey above all else.
But this guy is different, and I really want to show him that I'm thinking about him. This is cute. Too cute. I should play it cool. Now, these are pretty cool. This will get it there tomorrow. I don't want to look too eager.
At your post office, you'll find great gifts and so many ways to send them, making it easier to show you care. Canada Post, from anywhere to anyone.
Let's look at this evening's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Saskatoon Blades.
Winnipeg native Dane Crowley has found himself into 22 games this season, played midget AAA last year, and watch him, he'll be eligible in 05.
Now for the homestanding Calgary Hitmen.
Well, Dustin Kahn, the coaching staff, just loves this kid. He's a defenseman that will play forward this season. He's also a 16-year-old to watch in tonight's game.
The Calgary Hitmen and the Saskatoon Blades are all set to go. It's Western Hockey League action. First period coming your way next.
What drives us to give every Subaru Forester more standard safety features than any SUV in its class? What drives us to earn the highest possible ratings in every crash test by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety? What drives us to make the best small SUV the Institute has ever tested? We're driven by what's inside. The all-wheel drive Subaru Forester.
This is how to make the most out of winter, right now, with a V300 camera phone. Or choose a color screen phone from only $24.99 and get up to $80 worth of bonus K2 gear, only from Rogers AT&T Wireless.
See the stars of tomorrow today in the CHL. Two Ontario Hockey League rivals go head-to-head as the Knights battle the Rangers. London, Kitchener, Sunday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. The Western Hockey League on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Cal Tire. Celebrating 50 years of know-how with a huge selection of tires including Michelin Arctic Alpines. And by Canada Post. Proud sponsors of the Canada Post Cup 3-star promotion.
And welcome back to the Pengrove Saddledome in Calgary. It's Western Hockey League action. The Hitmen and the Saskatoon Blades are set to do battle. Let's check out tonight's starting goaltenders, and we begin with the Saskatoon Blades. Their netminder will be Ryan Sear. When you're facing as much rubber as Ryan Sear and Adam Ward has this season, you know the goaltending has been very good. A .907 save percentage, 3.36. The record really not indicative of the workload Ryan Sear has had this season. And for the Calgary Hitmen will be Barry Bruss. What a pickup this 20-year-old was from the Spokane Chiefs at the trade deadline. A very big kid. He's 6'2", 220, and he can indeed stop the puck. Our officials tonight, the referee is Chris Savage. The linesman will be Brian Ambrosiano and Cam McMillan. So we're all set here, Ryan Walter, in Calgary for this battle. The Hitmen trying to gain valuable points, and although the Blades have struggled, they need them badly in the race for playoff position.
I'm actually quite interested in watching this game, Roger. This is going to be a fun game because a lot of young players will get into the lineup tonight. You've got one team with 3 lines. You've got one team, that's Calgary, with 3 lines and an extra forward.
16 skaters to 15, you're right. Injuries, the time of year, the current status. Both teams are a little short-handed, but they'll give it their all. And as Ryan has pointed out, some 16-year-old and 17-year-old players really getting a chance to strut their stuff. And the Hitmen's Daryl Moskaluk, a former Swift Current Bronco, feeds to Aaron Roberge. Trollinger can't play the puck. Sean Moyer grabs it, feeds it off the glass. Blades try to clear their own zone. Hitmen with some early pressure on as we played 30 seconds in this first period, and the Blades just pick it up and clear it down the length of the ice. Patrick Weller after it, and icing is called.
Well, Richard Crom played 83-93 for Calgary and the New York Islanders as a player. He's had a nice career here now in Calgary as a coach, and I always enjoy getting together with Richard. Their team has been much injured. They've got potentially a player like Sean Landhold, who is a big part of their team, coming back. He had mono.
Long shot by the Hitmen right on. Rebound, and it goes over top of Ryan Sear. So relentless in the early going. The Hitmen trying to capitalize on this young Blade Hockey Club that has hurt themselves. They have 9 regular skaters out of their lineup, and it tells you a story right there. Evan Haw, youngster that's developed well throughout the course of the season, feeds to the blue line. Racy Rabbit can't clear the zone. Calgary will hold it in, and Stephen Covington, given the coach's award as the hardest worker, most dedicated player for this Hitman team, battles in the corner. Dustin Kahn is there as well. He's a highly thought of youngster as far as the Hitmen are concerned. Andy Rogers holds it in, and it goes right to Ryan Sear, and he'll grab it and hold on.
Well, Roger, what a season assistant coach, or head coach Jamie Reeves has had. He was an assistant coach this season. Kevin Dickey was fired, and he took over, and boy, is he up. Like, I'm just so impressed with the energy that Jamie has got, you know, not only around this team, but this is a team that has only had 6 wins, folks. And their coach is up and at them. That tells you a lot about the character of Jamie Reeves.
Yeah, he has a remarkable perspective on what's gone on with the Blades, and that will hold him well. Jamie, a former goaltender in the Western Hockey League with the Regina Pats. He had a fine junior career in the early 80s. Played exceedingly well and went on to some professional hockey before coming back in the ranks of coaching in the Western Hockey League. Started as the assistant, now the head man in Saskatoon.
6 wins, 46 losses, 11 ties. I mean, that is a tough season for a first-year coach that takes over halfway or at the beginning of the season.
And he battled hard, no question. Blades pursue the puck. Ryan Keller, who had a fine outing in an earlier telecast we had against Red Deer, drops it to the corner. O'Malley tries to move it away. He's checked up. Endicott steals for the Blades. In front to Keller, and he had a wide open net. Ryan Keller just failed to put it home. Ryan Getzlaf to Andy Schultz, and the big rangy defenseman. Look at these kids in the blue line for Calgary. They are absolutely huge. Andrew Ladd back to the blue line. Getzlaf. Yakubowski, long shot. The former Regina Pat fires it off the defenseman. Hitmen continue to pursue the puck. Eisenkirk up along the wall. Endicott can't clear. Getzlaf back to the point. Yakubowski shot right on. And Ryan Sear holds on for a face-off inside Saskatoon's end of the rink.
Now, you talked about the big defenseman, Big Jeff Schultz, 6'6", 210. Just turned 18, and by the way, he was just named the best defenseman at the Calgary Hitmen banquet here recently.
Got the big size, one of 4 to 5 gentlemen that just tower along that blue line. Blades come back out to center ice. Marcus Paulson tries to split the defense. He's ridden off the puck. Hitmen grab it. They move towards center. And it comes back to the Blade defense. And Nicholas Knudsen grabs it and fires it back in, but not before an offsides called just 2 minutes and 50 seconds into this first period.
Roger Millions, look at the size of that defense. Now, that's something that scouts are coming to see, absolutely. Because sometimes you can teach how to play defense. They do at the NHL level, but you can't teach size. There's Jeff Schultz.
Carson, Schultz, Yakubowski, Rogers, all of interest. The shot, they score! It didn't take long for the Hitmen to continually pour on the pressure. They finally get it done, and in the net it goes, 1-0 Calgary.
What a nice pass here. Great play by Aaron Roberge. He puts the puck right across to Daryl Moskowitz. Watch Moskowitz wide open. Empty net. What a pass. That's a great pass to set up an empty net play. No chance for Ryan Sear, the young goaltender. Perfect pass right there by Aaron Roberge.
And Daryl Moskowitz counters his 13th goal of the season, acquired from the Swift Current Broncos this year by the Hitmen. And he gets on the board. Stationed right on top of the crease and made no mistake. So the homestanding Hitmen have the lead. They break right in. Riley Merkley feeds it in front, kept it at the blue line. Brett Carson shot right on. Rebound. Ryan Sear made one save, didn't have to make the second. Ryan Covington knocks it down. Then the puck was gloved ahead from one Hitmen player to another, and the whistle goes. Calgary's outshot Saskatoon 7-1 so far.
Well, and that's why you have to be also very cognizant of the fact that Ryan Sear and the goaltending here in Saskatoon is just taking a beating. I mean, they have played hard, but a play like that, when it's a cross-ice, cross-crease pass, a goalie has no chance of.
Just a crisp pass right on the stick, and in the net it went. Andrew Ladd, 65 points, feeds it out to Getzlaf. He can't jam it in. He's been phenomenal since his stint with the National Junior program. Feeds it between the defenseman and Michael Eggener. Robs it back to his blue line. Egner to Schultz. Now Getzlaf puts it to the Saskatoon line before it's cleared out to center ice and some safety. Eggener will gather it in. He's had a fine year, coming close to setting a record for penalty minutes, a franchise mark for the Hitmen franchise. A physical presence each and every game that he plays. Brett O'Malley, former Lethbridge Hurricane, drops it to the Calgary blue line. Getzlaf fans on it. Now Andrew Ladd Looks for O'Malley. Can't get him, but Wasey Rabbit feeds it ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sorry, Roger. I'm not sure Getzlaf made that fake. I think he tried to do that. How about that?
That's pretty neat. Yeah. We'll take a glance a little bit later. Getzlaf off to O'Malley. Feeds it in front, back towards the defense, but it's stolen by the Blades, and Setaguchi starts it to Rabbit at center. Rabbit, a Blood Indian from the Lethbridge area with a shot that goes wide and picked up by Barry Brust, and he clears it up the boards. Getzlaf will tip it out to center ice. And Matt Fetzner races back. Blades are wearing their third jerseys tonight, rather snazzy looking new this year. 2-on-1 back the other way. Setaguchi for Saskatoon shoots off the goal post. Rebound, and he can't put it in. But Devin Setaguchi had Barry Brust dead to rights and put her right off the iron. Just that close to being a tie hockey game. Riley Merkley plays it in his own end. Kahn to center. Bumped off the puck. Dane Crowley's on top of him. Marcus Paulson for the Blades, can't find the handle on it. Now he gets it. Paulson walks in, gives it to Richard Kelly. Kelly can't feed it through. Stephen Covington centers. Off a stick, some close checking at the Calgary blue line. Tukovic feeds it ahead, and Kahn just rolls it to safety. Now Richard Kelly back for Saskatoon, drops it to his blue line. The puck is off an errant stick and goes back deeper inside the Saskatoon end.
Well, the Blades with a little bit of momentum here off of that post that they hit. That goes in, it changes the game.
Egener races in and banks it off the glass. Ryan Sear lets it go around the boards, comes right to Roberge, who had the nifty pass on the goal. Moskaluk, the goal scorer, moves into the circle. Rolls it to Thomas Troliga. A strange bounce over top of the net, and that was trouble for Sear. Roberge steals and shoots, and Ryan Sear, oh my goodness, almost victimized by a weird bounce, comes out. Top of the crease to make the save. Dead on the post, it remains 1-0 Calgary.
In cold weather, washer fluid can refreeze. Here's the solution. New MotoMaster -45 wash with Teflon. With 3 times the de-icers, it stays effective longer to better clear your windshield. It has 3 times more detergent for more cleaning power and Teflon for smoother blade performance. Good visibility and safer driving. MotoMaster -45 wash with Teflon, only $2.99. Another innovative product found only at Canadian Tire.
Every day, you get a fresh start at life.
Start fresh every day. With a smile, I'm on my way. I wanna start right with a great taste in every bite.
Start your day fresh with breakfast at Subway. Egg sandwiches made fresh with no greasy taste on fresh baked bread. Your choice of bacon, ham, western, or cheese, plus your favorite Subway toppings.
Start fresh every day. Subway, start fresh.
Don't be scared, son.
Ed! It's me! That house in the city just passed inspection, so you could close next week.
Wow.
I wanted to tell you in person.
Nobody works harder for you than RE/MAX. That's why nobody in the world sells more real estate.
Molson Canadian Oilers hockey coming your way tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, as the Phoenix Coyotes visit the Edmonton Oilers. It is Mike Comrie night as he makes his return to Edmonton, 7 o'clock in the West Regional.
And there are rumors the Edmonton Oilers want a Western Hockey League franchise. First, the replay.
Yeah, Devin Setaguchi, post and out. What a difference that makes in a season, in a game, in a shift. Setaguchi going after his 12th goal in 61 games. He's got 11 now. 14th in rookie scoring.
Let me expand on that. Tons of rumors the Edmonton Oilers would love to purchase and move a Western Hockey League franchise to Edmonton, just like the Calgary Flames have done with the Hitmen here and have been extremely successful. It's been a fine revenue stream. It's been great for the hockey in the city of Calgary. And apparently the Oilers are trying to copy exactly what's going on in Calgary. Now it remains to be seen if a franchise can be had, because most franchises are fairly solid in this Western League.
Well, you know what's interesting is even in Vancouver, the Vancouver Canucks are very closely tied with the Giants. So even though they don't, you know, they don't have a, they're not tied at the hip, so to speak, but they take care of each other, and that's interesting. 2 teams in the same market.
It's all about hockey. It hasn't worked in Edmonton. It's failed in Edmonton, but perhaps now, if that occurs, it will continue, and they'll have a marriage that works just as well as it does in Calgary. Eisenkirch, who is a converted forward to defense. He did play some defense as well. He's had quite a year. Offside is against Saskatoon, and they'll bring it back to the center ice area.
Well, there you go. Calgary Hitmen have a number of players that have been drafted, as you can see in order. Ryan Getzlaf at the top, Yakbowski at the bottom. But I'll tell you what, they've got a real nice team here with a bunch of injuries. They're hoping to get back and take a real run here at the playoffs. First, I think they'd like to take a run at second place, right, Roger?
Yeah, I would think that's the first goal. 20-year-old Mark Runeem is back skating. He'll be about a week away, they think, and Sean Lando's at the end of the week. That'll help the depth of this Hitmen roster.
Yeah, Kelly Kissio wasn't sure about Sean Landhold. That's a hard one because apparently Landhold has had mono for quite a while now without them sort of detecting it. And Richard Crom without Landhold, they're wondering when he comes back. And you know, when you have mono, you really don't. Do you get better until the summer? I mean, sometimes it just takes so much out of your system. So,
and then Leo Zelaski, another forward, is maybe about a month away. Paul Gentile has a calcified Charlie horse, and just moments before the game I heard he's out indefinitely. The question is how long.
Well, Gentile might be out for the season, Roger. I heard that from Kelly Kissio. You want me to try to pronounce what he's got? Myosotis ossificans. How's that?
I heard it was a calcified Charlie horse. Into the blue line. Chilipka with a shot that deflects wide into the corner. Metzger can't play it. You get a gold star for effort, though, Mr. Walter.
Calcified Charlie horse. You know how you get it? It was interesting chatting with a trainer. It's a Charlie horse where you get it hit twice. In other words, it's not quite better, and you get it hit, and it doesn't have to not happen often, but sometimes happens in the game of football. So I didn't know that. Good information by Calgary Hitmen.
Hitmen with a 1-0 lead. They walk in. Merkley with a shot from Blackie, nearby Blackie, Alberta. Feeds it to the slot area. It's picked off. Blades will break out to center ice. Ryan Keller will race after. Keller walks in, stops, tries to cut to the middle, but falls down. Aaron Roberge is allowed to pick it up. And Patrick Weller gets it. The veteran defenseman who came to Calgary from the Portland Winterhawks last season, early last season. Feeds it in off a stick. Barry Brush, the goaltender. Jack Bosky drops to Brett Carson. He's a former member of the Moose Jaw Warriors. Carson off the glass, and Roberge just tips it to center. Moskaluk leaves it. Roberge tries to claim the puck. Aaron Roberge has it. Walks into the circle, drops to Moskaluk. Moskaluk in front of the net. The puck bounces around and is picked off, and Dean Crowley moves it to center, and Derek Endicott. Endicott bumped hard by Andy Rogers. Thomas Toliga loses possession, but the Hitmen trying to force the Blades off the puck in Calgary's end of the rink. Richard Kelly can't spear it away from Barry Brust, and Robert moves it out of his own end. Toliga to Moskaluk. And Moskaluk grabs it and just shoots it down with Sean Moyer. 19-year-old defenseman, and he's battled hard. Jamie Reed was telling me, Ryan, that he's a guy that every night lays his game on the line. Challenged in some ways as far as trying to keep the defensive spirits up on this team, but Sean Moyer has done that, and right now we've got a penalty call here in the first period of play.
Just to the right of your screen, there it is.
Mike Eggener.
Yep, stick comes up.
Eggener gets his stick up on Richard Kelly, and Saskatoon will go to their first power play of the hockey game. We played 9 minutes and 38 seconds of the first period. Moskaluk with the only goal, and now a chance with a 5 skaters to 4 situation for Saskatoon. Andrew Ladd picks it off, and the penalty killer just knocks it to center ice. Evan Hogg drops it to open ice. Jeff Schultz up there quickly playing for Calgary. He bumps along with Richard Kelly. Kelly kicks it free, but Crowley loses it to Ladd. Andrew Ladd, partial breakaway, walks in, shoots. The goaltender Ryan Sear got a piece of it, and it may touch part of the post. A nice play by Ladd to steal. Kelly for Saskatoon drops it in behind the net. Barry Brust lets it roll around the corner. Cleared to the blue line, and Dean Crowley. Crowley drops it off. Kelly to an open man. Van Lyke. into the corner. Back to the point, and Dane Crowley, long shot in front, knocked down by Ryan Getzlaf. And Getzlaf takes his time moving it up. Drops to Carson, and the Hitmen in control. Fire it down into the Saskatoon end. Ryan Sear had some difficulty with it, but it stays out of the net, and the Blades will turn out of their own end towards center ice. Onto the stick to Keller. Keller stops and waits, feeds it across to an open area. Right there is Wasey Rabbit. Rabbit to the blue line. Setaguchi in front, an open chance, and he can't pull the trigger. Here's Rabbit again, and he can't get the handle on. Ryan Keller had a wide open pass and just could not fire it home.
Oh, Ryan Keller had a wide open net. He's got to make that shot, especially in a power play. Put that shot on net.
Setaguchi drops it in. Brust will leave it for his defense. No, he won't. He'll try to clear the zone himself, but it's picked off by the Blades. To the blue line, and Davins there, and Setaguchi. Kept in by Keller. Now the board's in the top. Will hold it in the zone. John Kara can't play. Wasey Rabbit behind the net for Keller. Keller continues to battle along with Schultz. Good work by Ryan Keller to steal in front. The quick shot by Kara. Rebound goes over the net. Two great chances for the Blades to tie it up. Unable to put it home. Keller from behind the goal tries to jam it in. Has 2 or 3 whacks. But finally, Barry Brust will close down on him. The Blades with 2 or 3 chances in the last few moments, but Barry Brust has been large and retains a lead here in Calgary.
That's right.
CCM Vector, breakaway.
It generates more power than ever before. It generates more heat than ever before. That's why today's harder working engine needs Castrol GTX, engineered for the best protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown of any leading oil. Castrol GTX, put it in.
You can't leave a cup unrolled and roll up the rim to win at Tim Hortons with 30 GMC Canyons, 100 Panasonic Plasma TVs, Schwinn cruiser bikes, and millions of other prizes available. So get rolling.
March 9th is the day, the NHL trading deadline, and Sportsnet News and Hockey Central will have all-day coverage for you. The NHL trade deadline. Don't miss it on Rogers Sportsnet.
Well, during that last power play, Ryan Keller had a wide open net. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, you know what? It bounced on him just a little bit. The puck turned on him. He tried to make the pass, but he's got 22 goals, 19 assists, leads the Blades with 41 points. And that's the type of goal that this team needs early, right? What a difference that makes in games.
Well, it's highly possible this Blade club could be leading a hockey game. Not only did they have that chance, John Kara had 2 great chances on top of the crease, and there's a quick chance.
Yeah, Setaguchi hit a crossbar early. So even though they've only got 4 shots on net, I mean, 2 of the 4 were at least were chances.
16-year-old Boris Lekovic right off the face-off gets the shot, Ryan.
Good play. I like that when the board side winger comes across off a 1 face-off and gets a shot on net. The inside winger there could drive. 17 can get to the net.
That's their long shot right on, and the Blades continue to pour some pucks at Barry Brust, and they've really given Calgary all sorts of problems in the Hitmen defensive zone.
Well, right there, you know, that time Marcus Paulson, the number 17, gets to the net. Let's see if it happens here. There it is. Shot on. You see Paulson arrives a little late, but he gets there.
Play back underway. Lekovic had another chance for the circle, and another save by Brust. But here's a breakout for the Hitmen. Daryl Moskaluk claims the puck, moves in on Knudsen. Moskaluk, great move, walks to the net and shoots, and Ryan Sear holds his ground and makes a nice save after a great rush by Daryl Moskaluk.
Ryan Sear sees the angle that Moskaluk comes in on and just decides to take away the bottom part of the net. Look at how far Sear goes down. Right here, paddle down, see the angle? Got nothing, unless Moskaluk puts that right up top, he's got nothing to shoot at. Wow, look at that, drop the puck.
That's the rule, you got to be in the face-off circle, and Riley Merkley could not get there in time, so the puck was dropped without him.
Okay, but if they call that a win?
Easiest win he'll get. Covington can't handle a pass. Wasey Rabbit to the blue line.
It's not a win unless there's somebody to win it from, right?
To win it from. I hear ya. I hear ya. Hitmen continue to pour it onto the blue line. Covington grabs the puck. Stephen Covington feeds it rink wide for Andy Rogers. Can't knock it down.
Okay, if you won, who lost? Right?
You're losing
There's
me.
my point.
You're losing me. Covington to the blue line, losing it, getting it back again. Kahn in front of the net. Off a skate, and the goaltender, Sear, had to clear it away. Another shot, and Sear had no problem with that. Devin Setaguchi at center. Ahead to Wasey Rabbit. Rabbit walks right in, shoots on Brust, and Brust makes the save, and he'll hold on. And again, the Blades working nicely. Setaguchi and Rabbit have a golden opportunity.
Now let's look at the face-offs here in the last little bit. And watch here. Here's our face-off. Okay, so it's a one face-off because it was dropped early. And that's the rule. You're right. If you don't get there quick enough, we're going to just give it to the other team.
Well, there's times you see that not quite as pronounced in the National Hockey League, and I really like it. I think it gets the game snapping together, and you got to give the linesman credit for making that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh, look at that. He missed it first time. Bad drop. But, I still think you have to have two people in the center circle for the face-off. I know you're sending a message. But you know what? In a little way, Raj, I'm going to be on the other side of that one. Give me a break. I'm an old centerman. I want to win face-off. I'll give you a hard time.
Others will think you have a responsibility of being there on time. The pass across misses Andrew Ladd. O'Malley drops behind the net. Endicott looks for an open wall. He's bumped solidly. Back now to Andrew Ladd. Ladd feeds it across. Schultz with a shot. Deflects high over the glass, and we'll have a penalty. Joel Eisenkirch, I think, is going to be flagged for roughing as he basically tackled one of the Hitmen players directly in front of Ryan Sear, and that will give Calgary its first power play.
Yeah, right in front of the net. I think Eisenkirch is going to go for tripping right in front of the net. As you can see, the puck arrives, and that's why the penalty was made. Joel Eisenkirch just takes down his man, and at that point, it could have been a dangerous opportunity at the net.
Joel Eisenkirch, the young fellow that started the year as a forward, went to Humboldt of the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League for a few games, came back to Saskatoon, went on defense, and has played splendidly. Now, scouts are looking at this fellow as a possible draft, so that says an awful lot for his adjustment. Dane Crowley keeps it in on the short-handed situation to Wasey Rabbit. It's picked off, and Truliga leaves it. With the Hitmen breaking out, Ryan Getzlaf. Getzlaf walks into the circle, tries to go behind the net and have the room. The big fella can really shoot the puck. Almost made the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim in the preseason. Schultz to the corner and O'Malley. He was a late cut. O'Malley into the circle. Walks in, feeds it low. Truliga can't grab a hold of it. Cleared to the blue line. Jeff Schultz holds it in. O'Malley, the former Hurricane, in front of the net for Andrew Ladd, and he can't pull the trigger. Ladd will grab it. Good pressure by the Hitmen. Lag with a shot right on. Sears save. Rebound in front. Rabbit can't claim it. Kept in by Jeff Schultz. To Getzlaf. Quick pass to Liga. He can't handle it. O'Malley grabs it. O'Malley, top of the circle, goes to the point, has all day to skate back in. Troliga feeds it in front. The shot off the goal post. Rebound. They score. Andrew Ladd gets a second chance, and you can't give him a wide open net two times. It's 2-0 Calgary.
Again, it's back door. The Blades have got to watch the back door, although it's a little more wide open when you're killing a penalty. Ladd with real good hands. We talked about his hands. Watch this. Pass across the crease. Andrew Ladd puts the first shot on. Good save by Ryan Sear. And the second piece, the rebound, comes right to Andrew Ladd. That's a good save.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, you got right across. And then Ladd, unfortunately for Ryan Sear, the troops don't arrive in time, and Andrew Ladd is there for the rebound. Just got gobbles it up.
Paulson works it right back. Blades are down by 2 as Riley Merkley will grab the puck. The Hitmen are 1 for 1 on the power play as they really poured it on. Patrick Weller has a man breaking, walking right in. The shot and the save, rebound. Ryan Sear makes the save. Dmitry Chapilkin with a good opportunity and then had a second chance, but he was stopped by Sear, who's now had 17 saves. The Hitmen and Andrew Ladd on the rebound have made it a 2-0 game.
In the face of danger, they're smooth. I like your style. I like your moves. In the line of duty, they're explosive.
Stop shooting my car!
And when it comes to fighting crime, they know just how to
do it. Do it.
All right.
From the director of Old School and Road Trip,
I know some people that rob some people.
Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson.
Which one do you like? Because we're going to stick to this. Well, I've always had a thing for blondes. Good, because I'll take anything.
Starsky and Hutch.
Starts Friday, March 5th.
What drives us to give every Subaru Forester more standard safety features than any SUV in its class? What drives us to earn the highest possible ratings in every crash test by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety? What drives us to make the best small SUV the Institute has ever tested? We're driven by what's inside. The all-wheel drive Subaru Forester.
Well, the opportunities were all over the place for the Calgary Hitmen on the power play, Ryan, and they finished the job right here. Treliga with a nice pass, Sear with a brilliant save, and then the rebound for Andrew Ladd. He's just too good to give a second chance to.
Well, Andrew Ladd gets the first shot. You know, he should get that, but Ryan Sear makes a dandy save on the first shot, gets right across, takes that first play away, and then he's got to get some help. That rebound's got to be cleared by the defenseman that needs to arrive on time.
Schultz with a shot, Sear with the save. Now, Ryan Sear is not the first goaltender in the Western Hockey League or junior hockey that gets lots of work on teams that have struggled, that have gone on to some pretty good careers in the National Hockey League. Scouts like to see a young man handle this kind of pressure.
Well, he's getting lots of pressure. That's the 18th shot on net right now.
As Ryan Sear waits, we can tell you that our intermission is just a few moments away. 4:25 left to go in the first period. More on that in a second. Eggener to Schultz, and Jeff Schultz clears to the blue line. Moyer can't play it. Moyer leaves it for Ryan Sear, and Sear holds on. Let's take a look at what is bound to occur in our intermission. Ryan Keller of the Blades, who's had a pretty good year, all things considered. The commissioner of the Western Hockey League, Ron Robison, will join us, and he'll talk to Barry Strader. Barry is a busy man, and our Easton play of the period. Is there a nicer man in hockey than Ron Robinson, do you think?
I really like Ron Robinson, and I'm going to get a little time with him. I think up here, I'm hoping. He's got a couple slashing penalties here as we talk about Ron.
Commissioner of the Western Hockey League. This league has never been stronger in terms of attendance. Here's a look at the infractions here. Endicott pushes Getzlaf. Getzlaf doesn't like it, neither does Endicott.
Yeah, that went way back in the first part of that shift. It was Getzlaf that really nailed Endicott up at the blue line, and so he's going, Getzlaf's going, what?
Probably saying, look, I got a lot of points. The last thing I want to do is fight, so I'm not going to bother doing that. 68 points plus 28 on the season.
Yeah, Getzlaf is 16th in the Western Hockey League with those 68 points. And as we pointed out in the opening, Roger, he has 12 points in 5 games against the Blades.
What's more impressive is he missed a lot of games at the start of the year staying in Anaheim, and then, of course, in the National Junior Squad. A full month, Ryan, for him to be 16th. What would he like to have been here all year? Outstanding season. Rogers kicks the puck free. It goes right to Devin Setaguchi to the blue line, and Evan Haw can't play the puck. It goes all the way down in. The extra infraction goes to Getzlaf. So it's a power play for Saskatoon. They're 0 for 1 with a pair of shots. Dane Crowley fans on the pass, gathers it back up. And we see Rabbit takes over. Rabbit tries to hit Setaguchi. Puck's knocked out. Hitmen take the puck and clear it out to center ice. And Eisenkirch has it. Ahead to Fetzner. Matt Fetzner. That's a shot go through the defense, back to the blue line. Eisenkirch holds it in. Long shot right on. Brust with the save. Richard Kelly had no rebound to be found. But they will get a draw in the Calgary end.
Shot through traffic. Let's have a look at it here from Barry Brust's point of view. That's not too bad. Even though there was a player fishing for the puck, you could at least see the initial shot from the point.
Eisenkirch down low. Paulson has it. Now to Ryan Keller. Blade power play picked off by Eggeter. He has a man breaking at center. Can't hit Brett O'Malley. They'll get a change on the penalty kill, and Eisenkirch will race after it in his own end. Joel skates over the puck, gathers it back up again, and Ryan Keller has possession. It's Keller now turning. Moves away from one stick check. Looks to an open area. Fetzner can't play the puck. And the Hitmen calmly grab it and clear it down inside the Calgary end of the rink. Eisenkirch turns it away. Eisenkirch drops it in. Barry Brust out of his net. Just 20 seconds left to go in the minor penalty to Ryan Getzlaf. Center ice, here comes Andrew Ladd. Ladd walks in. Andrew Ladd scores. Short-handed Andrew Ladd is sent in all by himself. And the youngster makes no mistake for his second of the game.
Well, Andrew Ladd gets the goal. How about the setup by the goaltender, Barry Brust? Great pass up the boards by Brust, so he's going to get a second assist. And Andrew Ladd's just having way too much fun. Way too much fun. There's too much time and too much space there as it's Ladd that gets right past Eisenkirch. Look at this. When you're a goal scorer and you've got time like that,
my goodness. Short-handed marker, Andrew Ladd's fourth shorty of the season and 25th goal of the year. It's 3-0 Calgary late in the first period. Covington moves away to the blue line and slides it through the Blade defense. Eisenkirch tries to play it. Joel Eisenkirch gets it ahead, past the center ice, off the stick. John Kara can't play it. The Hitmen will race in their own end, and Patrick Weller finds Carson, long, rink-wide feed. Misses Chalupkin. Sear will play it in his own end. Dane Crowley, the Blade defenseman, loses possession of it. Truliga with 2 assists in the game so far. Digs it out. Chance for the bad angle shot. Chalupkin with a shot right on the side of the net. Weller with a blast from the point. Kicked out by Sear. That allows the Blades to move back to center. Barry Brust, the goaltender, with 1.5 minutes left in the first period. To the blue line, Dane Keller holds it in. Olsen, bad angle. That got a piece of the post as well. Only the outside of the post. As Brett Carson touches the puck, penalty call behind the play. Slashing. And the Calgary Hitmen will go back to the penalty box. Patrick Weller, the captain, will sit out for 2.
Steve Covington. You know what? He got bumped in front of the bench, down in front of the Blades bench, and he's getting a little bit of a look at here by Michael Murray.
The Hitmen athletic therapist, trainer, as they officially call him, Michael Murray, working on it. Hitmen will be shorthanded again. With a 3-goal lead, they just finished scoring a shorthanded goal, so dangerous no matter what the situation. And here comes the man that has the shorty. Andrew Ladd with a nice move around the defense, walks and shoots. Oh, and he just misses the top corner. Andrew Ladd almost got his hat-trick goal late in the first period. Richard Kelly walks away to Ryan Keller. Feeds the puck in deep. Blades moving to the blue line. Kevin Setaguchi can't hold it in the zone. And Andrew Ladd clears it down the length of the ice. Final minute of the first period. Zach Bosky grabs the puck, drops it into the Blade end, and Ryan Sear clears it to safety. Sear has faced 20 Calgary Hitmen shot in this first period. Up ahead to Keller. He walks in. Ryan Keller with a break. The shot misses the top corner. Keller almost getting the Blades on the board. They drop it deep to the corner. Richard Kelly can't play it. Kelly then bumped from behind by Ekbosky. Marcus Paulson can't find the puck. Kelly has it. 20 seconds left in the period. They try to cycle the puck down low. Paulson to Richard Kelly. Van Lair out there as well, but it's Kelly with a puck. Now Paulson with a shot. Rebound in front. A rebound and right on. And Bruss makes his best save of the period. Ryan Keller had a golden opportunity again as that late shot hits Troliga. But the Saskatoon Blades, who had several chances on this power play, failed to get one by Barry Brust at 3-0 after 20 minutes. Barry Brust will skate off. Andrew Ladd with a splendid play on his second of the game. 3-0 Calgary after a period. Touch-up, please.
CCM Vector. Breakaway.
What could save your life in a snowstorm? It's the MotoMaster Teflon Winter Wiper Blades only at Canadian Tire. Ordinary blades in winter have exposed hinges. Wet snow can collect and freeze. You have to pull over and knock off the buildup. I found the ultimate solution. The MotoMaster Winter Blades with Teflon, flexible rubber boot hinge protection, and anti-friction Teflon blade. In light snow, the ordinary wipers can chatter, but the Teflon coating reduces friction and glides smoothly. In freezing wet snow, ice rapidly builds up on the regular blade. The hinges freeze, the blade loses flexibility in contact with the windshield, leaving streaks that dangerously reduce visibility. On the other side, ice won't stick to the boot or the Teflon edge, so the blade keeps wiping perfectly.
Good visibility and long life.
The MotoMaster Teflon Winter Wiper Blades now from only $14.99. And for even better visibility, use MotoMaster Teflon Washer Fluid, only $2.99. Innovative products found only at Canadian Tire.
The CHL magazine is available on newsstands and CHL rinks right now. Prospect Hockey provides detailed rankings of the top 35 CHL prospects playing today. It is a must-read for hockey fans everywhere, so don't miss out. 3-0, the Calgary Hitmen lead the Saskatoon Blades after one period of play. Joining me now, Ryan Keller of the Saskatoon Blades, the leading scorer for the Blades. Ryan, you're playing your third game in 3 nights. This is something that all junior teams go through during the season. Are you guys feeling the effects of that a little bit tonight?
Oh, I don't know. We got a short bench. We just got to have short shifts and things like that. But yeah, we can't sit here and feel sorry for ourselves. You know, every team, like you said, goes through it. And it's just a matter of guys grouping together here and just battling through it.
Your second straight game using only 15 skaters. How difficult has that been with the injuries you've had?
You know, it's hard. I guess you got to consume your ice and really save ice and not do too much running around and just kind of save your energy for the whole game here and not waste it all in the first. But I guess, you know, we just got to regroup here and stay with it.
It's been a tough season, obviously, for the Blades coming in here on a 30-game winless streak. I know it hurts to hear that, but how do you guys manage to keep your heads up and continue playing, going through the struggles that you've had?
Well, it's hard. You know, we've been out of a playoff race for 2 months probably already, and it's it's tough for every game to go out there and you know, get our heads in it. But I think for the most part, you know, our record doesn't show up. But I think guys have been doing fairly well, coming to the rink prepared and really giving it what they got.
Thanks, Ryan. Good luck in the second.
Thank you very much.
Ryan Keller of the Saskatoon Blades, who trail the Calgary Hitmen by a score of 3-0 after one period. Ron Robison interview coming up for you next.
Look at that bench. Looks strong. These guys are ready to play.
Entertainment for the bus ride to the Stouffville Clippers away game, $140. One bag of Cheesies, Tim Hortons Donuts, Smarties, and Pop, $42. Motel rooms for the night, $240. Knowing there's a big, clean sheet of ice waiting on the other end, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Fan of the CHL and those who love hockey above all else.
Every day, you get a fresh start at life.
Start fresh every day. With a smile, I'm on my way. I wanna start right with a great taste in every bite.
Start your day fresh with breakfast at Subway. Egg sandwiches made fresh with no greasy taste on fresh baked bread. Your choice of bacon, ham, western, or cheese, plus your favorite Subway toppings.
Start fresh every day. Subway, start fresh.
I race it all across Western Canada in time trials. We don't trailer this car to the events. We actually drive the car to the events, towing a trailer behind it.
Picture a Porsche 911 going down the track towing a trailer full of tires.
Cal Tire does all our wheel and tire work. Shear, he knows tire fitments better than anybody else I know.
When you're racing with a vehicle, it has to be perfect. Once that vehicle leaves my shop, it has my name on it. It has the Cal Tire name on it as well.
Cal Tire, true service. Look at that bench. Looks strong. These guys are ready to play.
Let's get them, boys.
Molson Canadian Oilers Hockey. Coyotes, Oilers. Tomorrow at 7/8 Central.
Return to Calgary, where after 20 minutes of play, the homestanding Hitmen have a 3-0 lead on the Saskatoon Blades. Let's go back to our Barry Strader standing by with his first intermission special guest.
Joining me now in studio is the Commissioner of the Western Hockey League, Ron Robison. Thanks for joining us tonight, Ron. I know the WHL meetings, general manager meetings, were being held today in Calgary. What happened?
Well, this is our final preparations for playoffs. We're a couple weeks away from the start of our first round of playoffs. We reviewed dates, looked at a number of our regulation matters as well for the upcoming season, along with our scheduling, and just a lot of housekeeping matters overall.
NHL, of course, has come up with a lot of proposals for some rule changes next year and possibly in future years. Are you looking at any of those proposals and considering them for the WHL next season?
We are, and we certainly applaud what the NHL's done in terms of looking at some innovative ways and opening up the game, and we're always in favor of those sort of things. We've met today with our general managers to get their thoughts and on the recommendations that have been put forward. And we'll have a similar meeting with the Canadian Hockey League in the upcoming weeks.
What about some of the specific rules? For example, with the goaltenders, goaltender equipment will obviously be changed for next year, but also the rule where goaltenders will not be allowed to play the puck behind the red line. A little bit of controversy surrounding that rule. What will the WHL do in that instance?
Well, we look at that rule as, I guess, a couple things. First of all, I think in terms of the equipment, we support the idea of getting back into a standard that everyone can be comfortable with, and narrowing the pad width is one way to do that. And it does take us a little longer to get there with the manufacturers having to keep up with the demand of the changes that have to occur. With respect to the movement of goaltenders outside the crease, I think we like the idea of the movement. We'd like to have more discussion with the NHL on that matter and determine whether that recommendation, in fact, will go forward.
NHL is also considering going to the shootout. It won't take place next year, of course, but it is a possibility in the future. What about the Western Hockey League? Is that something that you guys would consider?
Well, we'll certainly consider it again. I think when we look at the excitement the fans want in the game, that's one of the most exciting opportunities, whether it's a penalty shot situation or just a tie-breaking circumstances around games. So we're going to consider that further. Again, meetings with the Canadian Hockey League, and then subsequently our Western Hockey League meetings in June will deal with that a little further.
Now, something the Western Hockey League has been involved in a long time is providing players with scholarships to go on to post-secondary education. This has been happening for 10 or 11 years now, and I understand you just passed the $5 million mark in awarded scholarships handed out. You must be really excited about that.
We are very excited. We have 260 players in university this year, college and post-secondary institutions taking courses. So in addition to having the best opportunity, I guess, to turn professional through the league, which people have associated our league for many years, we're a leading provider of university scholarships in Western Canada, and very excited about the fact that many of our players can not only graduate and go on to great university careers and pursue the profession that they wish to do, but also the fact that they combine school as they play in the league as well.
And we've seen the WHL expand to 20 teams now in the league, with Everett doing very successful this year, obviously. Are there any plans for future expansion? I know the Edmonton Oilers are interested in acquiring a franchise. Would that be possibly another expansion franchise, or are we going to see a franchise move?
We don't see any further expansion in the foreseeable future. We feel that the 20-team model that we've come up with is ideal for the league. It's balanced our conferences as well as stretched the talent pool really to the extent we feel we can. And we look at the situation in Everett being very successful, of course, Vancouver prior to that, and we've added those two teams, and we don't feel that we'll be looking at any future teams in the immediate future.
All right, Ron Robison, Commissioner of the WHL, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, the Easton play of the period, followed by second period action between the Calgary Hitmen and the Saskatoon Blades.
Look at that bench! Looks strong! These guys are ready to play!
Don't be scared, son.
Ed, it's me! That house in the city just passed inspection, so it could close next week.
Wow.
I wanted to tell you in person.
Nobody works harder for you than RE/MAX. That's why nobody in the world sells more real estate.
It generates more power than ever before. It generates more heat than ever before. That's why today's harder working engine needs Castrol GTX, engineered for the best protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown of any leading oil. Castrol GTX, put it in.
What drives us to give every Subaru Forester more standard safety features than any SUV in its class? What drives us to earn the highest possible ratings in every crash test by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety? What drives us to make the best small SUV the Institute has ever tested? We're driven by what's inside. The all-wheel drive Subaru Forester.
Look at that bench! Looks strong! These guys are ready to play!
See the stars of tomorrow today in the CHL. Two Ontario Hockey League rivals go head-to-head as the Knights battle the Rangers. London, Kitchener, Sunday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
The play of the first period is brought to you by Easton Sports. Easton Sports, innovation versus imitation. Why use anything else?
On the Andrew Ladd goal, as you can see, Barry Bruss just puts that puck, he shovels it around the boards. It's a nice up pass by Treligan. Watch the Ladd move. Little fake, forehand fake on the shot, forehand backhand. And as I mentioned before, too much time, too much space for a good goal scorer.
Darren Millard and Mike Jones, weeknights at 10 on Sportsnet News.
But this guy is different, and I really want to show him that I'm thinking about him. This is cute. Too cute. I should play it cool. Now, these are pretty cool. This will get it there tomorrow. I don't want to look too eager.
At your post office, you'll find great gifts and so many ways to send them, making it easier to show you care. Canada Post. From anywhere to anyone.
CCM Vector. Breakaway.
I race it all across Western Canada in time trials. We don't trailer this car to the events. We actually drive the car to the events, towing a trailer behind it.
Picture a Porsche 911 going down the track towing a trailer full of tires.
Cal Tire does all our wheel and tire work. Shearer, he knows tire fitments better than anybody else I know.
When you're racing with a vehicle, it has to be perfect. Once that vehicle leaves my shop, it has my name on it. It has the Cal Tire name on it as well.
Cal Tire. True service.
Don't be scared, son.
Ed, it's me! That house in the city just passed inspection, so you could close next week.
Wow.
I wanted to tell you in person.
Nobody works harder for you than RE/MAX. That's why nobody in the world sells more real estate.
The Pedro Saddle Dome here in Calgary, home of the Hitmen and, of course, the Calgary Flames of the National Hockey League. Let's take a look back at what happened in the opening period of play with our scoring summary. As Darryl Moskaluk opened it up, his 13th of the season. Then a power play marker. Andrew Ladd got his 24th. And continuing on that special teams theme, Ladd added his 25th of the season. Look at that name, Thomas Troliga. 3 assists in the first period. Calgary outshoots Saskatoon 20-10.
It all starts off with a great pass by Aaron Roberge right there. Moskaluk scores, but it's the Roberge lateral pass that makes it tough. What a save there by Ryan Sear, but it's not enough. That's Ladd's first goal. And there's a look at his second.
Well, Andrew Ladd came into this game plus 34 in the season, Ryan, among the leaders in the Canadian Hockey League, and he just gets better and better as the season goes on.
27 goals, or 25 goals now, that's updated. And you're right, look at that. First in the Western Hockey League in plus-minus rating.
Second rated skater by Central Scouting in North America in mid-season. So now we won't see an update on that until draft time. And he can be penciled in, I think, being highly considered. He's got a lot of skill.
Yeah, if you're second rated, you don't drop too much, even though that's North America wide. Then you add in the European players.
Oh, what's critical for Andrew will be playoffs. Get in the playoffs, play as much as he can, and that's when really you can turn some heads and really change your draft position. Throughout the course of the years, you find that in junior hockey. We're back underway with the second period. The Blades will gather the puck in. Derek Endicott his own end. 25 seconds now left to go in the penalty. Yakowski chases Weesey Rabbit away from it. Rabbit races in. Rabbit has the puck back to Endicott. Slot shot goes wide of the post. Derek Endicott almost picks the corner to the blue line. Devin Seneguchi holds it in. Richard Kelly can't get the puck. Ryan Getzlaf with a chance to clear, but he puts it right on a stick. Here's Rabbit. Backhand chance. Wasey Rabbit can't go to the forehand and get a shot away, and just was reluctant to let a backhand shot go, and as a result, the save was made.
I think Rabbit was trying to get that puck over to Keller because Keller was available in front of the net. Watch the 2-on-1 come out of the corner. So there's Rabbit with the puck. He's looking to get the puck to Keller, and a good play right there. That was an excellent play by Andy Rogers to go down and take away that pass.
Penalty is over to Patrick Weller, so the power play has come to an end for Saskatoon. Even strength. Blades are 0 for 3 with 5 shots. Hitmen are perfect 1 for 1 with 5 shots in the power plays as we have a minute gone. Coming up to it at least here in the second period in a 3-0 Hitmen lead. Troliga with 3 assists ahead to Aaron Roberge. Roberge, Troliga goes behind the net, having a big night. Feeds it in front of Moskaluk. Just fails to get a stick in the puck. Jeff Schultz along the point to Andy Rogers. Long shot, and Ryan Sear takes it in the midsection and holds on.
That was a good stick by Ben Van Leer, number 28 for Saskatoon. He just was able to get the puck out of the way of Moskalak, or he would have had another shot on net. Good rush there. Good play by Van Leer.
A Texan from the state of Texas.
You know what? There's been
hockey.
5 times the growth in Dallas, Texas, in minor hockey since the Stars went there. It's huge in Texas now.
Getzlaf feeds it across, and you see more and more kids coming up to play major junior hockey from the U.S. as well, recognizing it's the best breeding ground for National Hockey League of anything because of the games and the structures that they play. Puck's played into the corner. Out through to O'Malley, behind the net for Andrew Ladd. There are those that will argue that, but as far as games played, nothing close. Behind the net, Ladd again. Feeds it off. Ryan Keller grabs the puck. Off the glass and down the length of the ice. And it's another icing.
Well, even that last scoring opportunity right there, Andrew Ladd and Ryan Getzlaf are having way too much fun. And let me just qualify this. Look at the time and the space. Now that's a good play. At least Ladd can't get his stick on it that time, but all kinds of time and space to make plays. And if you're going to give gifted players, offensive players, that much time and space, it could be a long night.
Brett Carson for Calgary. Moves it into the corner, drops it off. It's possession to Stephen Covington. Covington looks along the boards, finds Carson, who just drops it deeper. Knudsen can't clear the zone. Patrick Weller won't hold it in. Devin Setaguchi rolls it towards the blue line, and Covington has to go back to his own end. Carson to Riley Merkley, and Merkley drops it to Kahn in the corner. The puck by Knudsen. Matt Fetzer, the former Portland Winterhawk. He was on the Portland list before winding up back in Saskatoon. Weller will race after the puck. Drops it to Brett Carson, and Carson starts out. Hitmen can't corral it, and it's kept in by Saskatoon. Captain Patrick Weller slows things down, but puts it on the stick of John Kara. Kara had 2 golden opportunities to score in the first period. Just was unable to find the back of the net. Eisenkirch clears it in, but Setaguchi was a little slow to get over the blue line, and it's another Saskatoon offside. Brett the Hitman Hart, which this team is named from, the Hitman. Very popular gentleman in the Calgary area, a hero to many, and a man who has fought off a lot of personal difficulties, and really a very giving, wonderful person as well in the crowd tonight, as he is in many, many occasions for the junior Hitmen here in Calgary. Mike Egener gathers it in and starts it out ahead to Jeff Schultz. Nice breakout for Calgary to center ice, and Daryl Moskalek. Moskalek to the blue line. Tries to get by Eisenkirch. Eisenkirch can't find the handle on the puck. Roberge plays it back to Troliga. Troliga and Roberge try to pass it back and forth for the Hitmen. They lose possession of the puck. Blades will break out and just feed it out to center ice. Egener to Schultz. Again, example of those 2 big defensemen. Just 2 of many on this club. Long shot by Paulson, sails wide. Lekovic, the 16-year-old, wraps it around behind the net. Richard Kelly plays it in front. Here's a loose puck. Kelly puts it right on goal as Barry Brust not handled it cleanly, and Richard Kelly almost had a gift goal here in the second period. The Hitmen relieve the pressure. It'll come back 200 feet.
Roger, we talked about the benches, about the lack of players. 4 injuries on Calgary, and 9 injured players for the Blades. So look at how small those benches are, and there they are. Boy, that's there's the injured Blades board, and that is just amazing. No wonder those guys have had a tough go. I mean, they had a tough go before this.
There's Mike Green ankle. He's one of the popular ones as far as the scouts are concerned. They're thinking him a high draft. We have a slashing penalty coming now. It'll go to the Calgary Hitmen and Mike Egener off that opportunity for Saskatoon. So the power play for the Blades is scoreless in 3 chances. Here's number 4, Endicott, being harassed deep in his own end, and he drops it for Devin Setaguchi, and Setaguchi will start back. Sidesteps a check, moves away, loses the puck. Now it's cleared in by Keller. Barry Brust to the blue line, and Ryan Keller can't knock it down. It goes down the length of the ice. Or Derek Endicott will chase after the puck.
And even Barry Brust got a lot of time and space there to put that puck down ice.
Marcus Paulson feeds it in, but unable to hold up is Keller on the right side, and that's a Saskatoon offside.
Well, when you've had a tough season, you have to look at specialty teams, and the Blades power play is 15th ranked 14.4% of the time they score goals. And, you know, it's really a tough thing. But you've got the positive of that, if you want to take a positive from that, is that the Blades have had a lot of young players put in a position, a little bit like Wasey Rabbit, who they're in a position where they're getting power play time. And they should be better next season.
Sataguchi can't handle it cleanly. Covington steals back 2-on-1 with O'Malley. Short-handed Covington feeds it in front. The defenseman makes a nice block. Good solid play. Derek Endicott to get back and takes the net off its mooring, but defensively speaking, you can't handle that much better.
Devin Setaguchi is a young forward that's playing the point in the power play. And that's exactly, watch this, he gets into stick-handle trouble at the blue line. That's what turns the puck over. How many times killing a penalty have you seen a 3-on-1? That's not quite what you want to see, but a good play right at the end of that whole barrage to take away that scoring opportunity. That was Endicott that got in the middle of it.
Back to the blue line and out to center ice. Evan Haw tries to chase it down for Saskatoon, grabs the puck and fires it in. Very high on Evan Haw. I think he's got a great future. His confidence blooming about midway through the season, and he's getting better and better along the line. Van Laer to Wasey Rabbit. Rabbit from behind the net tries to feed it in front. Getzlaf will steal, and Ryan Getzlaf grabs the puck and slowly works it away from one check. Drops it to his defense. There's Schultz, and Schultz long clearing pass goes all the way down to the Blade netminder, and he leaves it for Haw. Haw behind his goal to Dane Crowley. Crowley works it away to center, brings it back for Saskatoon, almost playing 6 minutes of this period. Drops it to the corner, and Marcus Paulson. Paulson for Ryan Keller. Yakbowski steals it. That allows Getzlaf to break to center ice. Big, long strides by Ryan Getzlaf. The shot right on, and that tested Ryan Sear. But the Blades will break out the center. Here's a breakaway. Marcus Paulson. He walks right in. Paulson shoots it. A great save by Brust. Barry Brust robs Marcus Paulson on the breakaway. 20-year-old netminder stood his ground, and it was a great play all the way around. Nice pass by the Blades in the breakout, but Brust was just that much nicer in goal.
Yeah, that was Derek Endicott that just was a beautiful pass set up Paulson.
Here's a chance for Troliga. He's hauled down behind. Van Laer will go off for hooking, and the Hitmen, who are 1 for 1 on the power play, will get another chance when we come back. Saskatoon with an opportunity. Marcus Paulson is foiled. It is a 3-0 Calgary lead.
Every day, you get a fresh start at life.
Start fresh every day with a smile. I'm on my way. I want to start right with a great taste in every bite.
Start your day fresh with breakfast at Subway. Egg sandwiches made fresh with no greasy taste on fresh baked bread. Your choice of bacon, ham, western, or cheese, plus your favorite Subway toppings.
Start fresh every day. Subway, start fresh.
This is how to make the most out of winter, right now, with a V300 camera phone. Or choose a color screen phone from only $24.99 and get up to $80 worth of bonus K2 gear, only from Rogers AT&T Wireless.
It generates more power than ever before. It generates more heat than ever before. That's why today's harder working engine needs Castrol GTX, engineered for the best protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown of any leading oil. Castrol GTX, put it in.
Coming up tonight at 11 o'clock Mountain Time and Pacific, it's women's Olympic soccer qualifying action as Canada takes on Costa Rica. That's 11 o'clock tonight in Mountain and Pacific time zones.
Oh, watch this. This is Thomas Troliga that gets pulled down by Ben Van Laer. You know, in a funny way, that's a pretty good penalty. It is. I mean, Van Laer goes to the penalty box, but Troliga would have been wide open.
Takes away a scoring chance. The Hitmen have been very successful in almost every chance they've had in this one. They've had 22 shots on goal, 3 goals. Now they go to the power play. Covington, along with Moskaluk and Merkley, started out up front. Schultz and Getzlaf on the blue line. Saskatoon counters with Wasey Rapp on the penalty kill. Derek Endicott, Eisenkirch, and Setaguchi.
Looks like they put a little bit more time back on the clock, and that's what we're waiting for here.
Now we're going to drop the puck. And the Hitmen control it off the faceoff. Covington has it. Power play for Calgary. And a 3-0 lead. Riley Merkley back to Stephen Covington. Covington with possession. Drops it to the blue line. Now Schultz. Into Covington. Walks into the circle. Drops it off for Merkley. And Merkley works it back. Power play Calgary. Andy Schultz can't handle it and moves it away to safety. But the Hitmen will have to move back out to center ice to bring it again. Moskaluk. Back to Schultz at the blue line. In front to Moskaluk. Quick shot. Great save by Ryan Sear. Daryl Moskaluk looking for his second of the hockey game. Was fed perfectly in the slot.
You know, when you're an NHL scout, one of the things you look for is that a player dominates at this level. Because if they dominate at this level, if it's slow at this level in the Western Hockey League, they're going to have a chance to play in the NHL. Ryan Getzlaf just made a one-touch pass, a slot pass that was just too easy.
Getzlaf to Ladd, and Andrew Ladd will turn in the corner. Has possession. Getzlaf is open. High slot. Quick shot off the bar. Oh, and what a blast that was. Ryan Getzlaf. The quick snapshot couldn't hit the bar any harder. I think there's a dent in it, Ryan. We'll check it later. John Kara for Saskatoon clears to center ice. Ryan Keller steals. Here's Keller breaking back. High slot with a quick shot, and it's blocked by Getzlaf. And there's now 35 seconds left in the Van Leer minor penalty. Brett O'Malley loses possession. Troliga plays it ahead. Dean Crowley steals, and then Keller grabs it and clears it down the length of the ice.
Well, I'll bet Kelly Kissio, the GM of the Hitmen here, winced a little bit when Getzlaf blocked that shot. You don't want your top guy blocking shots.
Not if he can help it, especially with the offensive season he's had. 10 seconds left in the penalty to Van Leer. Hitmen break out of the corner. It's Andrew Ladd trying to find the defense, and Ryan Getzlaf. Getzlaf with a move across the con. In front, opportunity, quick shot, and the save by Ryan Sear as he slides across to stop Thomas Trolaga right in front of the net. O'Malley jostles with the Saskatoon blade, but the whistle goes for a face-off.
Now this power play right here was the Ryan Getzlaf show. It's the first good pass, and this is the pass by Ladd that dents your post, Roger. Actually, it didn't dent the post, dented the crossbar. I gotta, watch this. Boom, right there, crossbar and out.
Tell me the Anaheim Mighty Ducks don't like that shot. I think they do. John Kara rolls the puck in for Saskatoon down the length of the ice. Rogers will play it. Feeds it off the glass, off the stick of Covington to center ice. And it's knocked down. Eisenkirch. Penalty is over. Blades unable to capitalize. Merkley drops it to his own blue line. Andy Rogers has it. To Yakboski. Yakboski lifts it up high. Covington will race after the puck. Covington. Bumped by Eisenkirch. Kept in by Patrick Weller. Now Brett Carson. Long shot deflects high over the goal. Weller pitches in for the blue line. Hitmen start to pour on some pressure. Merkley moves away from Knudsen. Riley Merkley has a man open in front of the net. Covington, but it's just deflected away at the last second. Blades steal, and Boris Lekovic just clears it out to center ice. Knudsen to Van Leer. Van Leer waits for his teammate to get onside. And the Hitmen grab it, and Brett Carson will break right back, along with Aaron Roberge. Roberge opened to scoring with a great pass on an early goal. And Evan Haw will play the puck in the blade zone. Long pass to center. This is a couple of sticks. Brett Carson knocks it down, feeds it ahead. Richard Kelly plays it in his own end. Halfway through the second period, and a 3-0 Calgary Hitmen lead. It's Western Hockey League action on Rogers Sportsnet. Western Pacific. Rabbit to the blue line, but his man goes offside, and they whistle it down. Wasey Rabbit and his Saskatoon Blades trail it by 3 in Calgary.
What drives us to give every Subaru Forester more standard safety features than any SUV in its class? What drives us to earn the highest possible ratings in every crash test by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety? What drives us to make the best small SUV the Institute has ever tested? We're driven by what's inside. The all-wheel drive Subaru Forester.
Flat tire on my van. I think my wife parallel parks front first. No time to get the tire fixed with the kids and everything like that, but I headed over to Cal Tire.
No, it was about a minute till closing. A leaky tire isn't safe. You can't watch the clock on that.
And the bay doors opened up and hooked up all the hoses outside, and I just never had service that good. Nice to find a place that 1 minute before closing still means that you're open.
Cal Tire. True service.
You can't leave a cup unrolled and roll up the rim to win at Tim Hortons with 30 GMC Canyons, 100 Panasonic Plasma TVs, Schwinn Cruiser bikes, and millions of other prizes available. So get rolling.
Well, the Saskatoon Blades are a young team, and they've had tough times, certainly on the defensive side of the puck. They've allowed 251 goals against. Here's a little breakdown. A little farther, guys. Look at this. 2 Blades. And that's Nicholas Knutson, and it's John Kara in behind the net. Obviously, there's an open man on the opposite team, and that's the Hitmen, and that gets you into a lot of trouble. You don't want to, your centerman, it was Kara that was the centerman, you want to be more patient than that, but you know what, Roger, when things have gone bad, the tendency is to overreact, and they did that time.
Patience is sometimes hard to come by in those circumstances.
Well, when you've allowed, 250-plus goals, I mean, this is a tough season for the Blades. You have to hope that they'll be better next season because of it.
Aaron Roberge breaks in, but it's offside Calgary just by a hair. As far as the season series is concerned, these two teams have played 4 other times, and it's been all Calgary all the time, starting back with a 5-4 win and 2-1.
Yeah, although, Calgary, that last game, the 15th of February, Calgary was winning 3-0 going into the 3rd period.
In this building.
Right. And so they want to be careful there, too.
So far, all the meetings have been decided by 2 goals or less. Right now, it's a 3-goal Calgary lead. This is game 3 of a 3-game road trip for Saskatoon. Actually, they're in the midst of their final 9 games away from home this season. The Briar going into Saskatchewan Place in Saskatoon, and they've been 3 on the road here. They started in Kootenay, and Jamie Reeves' team moved on last night to Lethbridge. Back-to-back losses, 4-1 and 4-0, and here they are tonight trailing 3-0.
Well, it's tough for Jamie Reeves' team, too, is the last time they've won a game on the road was the last part of October, the 30th of October. That's really disheartening.
Crowley. Ryan Keller can't knock the puck down. Dean Crowley gave him the puck. Hitmen take it away, and Getzlaf feeds it under the stick of Andrew Ladd. Ladd breaks in off to Eggener. Eggener, high slot. Getzlaf shoots, and the save is made by Sear. What a dandy save that was. Good kick pad save. Keller puts it to the blue line. Calgary defense knocks it down. Schultz moves it to center. Eisenkirch plays it ahead. O'Malley along with Getzlaf. O'Malley, Getzlaf, quick shot, and Sear with another save. He took it off the shoulder this time. Back to Rogers. Into Getzlaf. Has an open point. Yakboski with a blast. Ryan Sear with another save. That's number 27 in the game. And you're right. Ryan Getzlaf kind of controls the play when he's out there. On the road this season, winless in the last 22, the Saskatoon Blades. Their last win was in Kennewick, Washington, October 22nd. And overall, the numbers just speak for itself. It's been a long, hard time of things.
Well, when you're GF, your goals for are under 2 and your goals against are over 4, do the math.
And tonight, 15 skaters for Saskatoon. Yakboski scores! A screen blast from the point, and Daryl Yakboski, unless it was deflected in front, goes clean short side. And it's a 4-0 Calgary lead.
Yakboski gets a good shot away, but let's see if it's redirected. It looked to me that the goaltender, Sear, really felt that it was redirected. Oh, it looked like it bounced. It went down. We'll get another look at it here. Good shot by Yakboski to put it on net. Big Daryl Yakboski from the Langley area. Good minor hockey player.
Well, he started his WHL days with the Regina Pats before being moved to Calgary.
Calgary goal, his fourth year.
It will be Yakboski's goal. He must have led off a Saskatoon player. So a 4-0. Calgary lead. Covington and Merkley get assists on the goal. Coming right back on the Hitmen. Kahn, drop pass for Covington. Chance in front, knocked down. Blades pick it up. Start out. Lekovic shoots it wide of Barry Brush. Richard Kelly tries to play the puck for Saskatoon. He's bumped off the disc. And Riley Merkley has it. Merkley drops for Brett Carson. Carson behind his net, has possession. Puck off the skate of Evan Haw at center, and Sean Moyer will play it for Saskatoon. Moyer misses his man. Brett Carson gets it in his own end. One of the Fab Four defensively for the Calgary Hitmen, looking forward to the potential of a draft this upcoming June.
Well, they give this goal to Daryl Yakboski. Let's have a look at it. So it does go through traffic. Does it hit anybody? I don't guess it does not. It just, you're right, it was short side. It catches Ryan Sear. And the point is that there was lots of traffic in front of it. There you go.
11:51 was the time of the goal, and it might have hit John Kara of the Blades. It may have gone through his legs and maybe just redirected a little bit, but other than that, it was pretty well on a straight line. Egener's long pass picked off by Paulson, has a man in front, gets it to Endicott, a shot, and Brust makes the save. Ryan Keller for Saskatoon plays it away. Keller has possession, can't get a shot cleanly away. It deflects off the player. Blades pouring on some pressure. Marcus Paulson, who's behind the Calgary goal. The Keller drops to the point, and Evan Haw. Haw's long shot deflects up high. Keller looks to check up Jeff Schultz. Played away by Paulson. He maintains possession briefly before Ryan Getzlaf kicks it ahead. It's a breakaway for Andrew Ladd. With 2 already, Ladd scores. Make that 3 the hat-trick goal for Andrew Ladd, and what a smart play by Ryan Getzlaf to give it to him.
Well, the puck turns over at the blue line, and that's the problem. Here's the turnover, and Ladd just gives a beautiful little kick into the neutral zone area for Ladd to skate into. Good play by Getzlaf to get it to Ladd, and Ladd, watch how far. Ladd gives a little fake here, and then just puts it right past Ryan Sear.
So the numbers continue to grow for Andrew Ladd, his 26th of the season.
Scored by number 19, Andrew Ladd.
And the hole gets deeper for Saskatoon. Troliga feeds it ahead to Aaron Robert. He can't get a shot away. Fetzer knocks him off the puck. Another opportunity for Calgary, and the shot is wide. Dmitry Chapilkin can't put it on goal. Setaguchi bumped off the puck. Continues after it. Devin Setaguchi feeds it to an open wing, where Yakboski is into his own end. To Brett Carson. Yakboski scored a goal this period. Feeds it between the legs of a compatriot all the way down in the Blade end of the rink. Andrew Ladd has a hat trick in tonight's game. He just gets his third, 26 in the year. 5-0.
Entertainment for the bus ride to the Stouffville Clippers away game, $140. 1 bag of cheesy Tim Hortons donuts, Smarties, and pop, $42. Motel rooms for the night, $240. Knowing there's a big, clean sheet of ice waiting on the other end, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Fan of the CHL and those who love hockey above all else.
In cold weather, washer fluid can refreeze. Here's the solution. New MotoMaster -45 wash with Teflon. With 3 times the de-icers, it stays effective longer to better clear your windshield. It has 3 times more detergent for more cleaning power and Teflon for smoother blade performance. Good visibility and safer driving. MotoMaster Minus 45 wash with Teflon, only $2.99. Another innovative product found only at Canadian Tire.
Don't be scared, son.
Ed, it's me! That house in the city just passed inspection, so you could close next week.
Wow.
I wanted to tell you in person.
Nobody works harder for you than RE/MAX. That's why nobody in the world sells more real estate.
Well, Boris Lakovic actually does touch the puck. Let's have a look at it. Daryl Yakubowski gets the goal right there. The redirect off of the shot by Yakubowski, and it was Boris Lakovic that unfortunately tips it by his goaltender, Ryan Sear.
Now 30 shots on goal in this hockey game for the Calgary Hitmen, and we've still got 5:20 to go in the second period. Junior hockey, bad habits can creep up. You want to win, but you don't want to create any bad habits.
Yeah, that's true.
Might be one of the few worries which Crom has, maybe.
You know, the nice thing, though, for the Calgary Hitmen is they're getting their offensive engines going. Sometimes you want to gain your confidence in games like this.
Dustin Kahn, the 16-year-old, bumped by Knudsen. Riley Merkley knocks it free. And Covington claims the puck. Stephen Covington drops it deep. John Carrick can't clear it. Weller holds it in briefly, but Eisenkirch, and Joel Eisenkirch moves. But the Saskatoon Blades to the blue line, clears it in, but Lekovic is offside. 4:33 left to go in period number 2.
Now you see Lakovic go to the bench there, Van Laer go to the bench. You know, sometimes as a young hockey player in the Western Hockey League, you're getting ice time. Sometimes the only thing on your mind is to get out of the shift. When things don't go well, get me to the bench. And you know, that happens too often. And I don't blame these young kids. I've been in that position, Roger. But you don't win too many games when you're thinking about, I got to get off the ice.
Moskaluk fires it in. Roberge will play it for Calgary. Cholaga with the 3-assist night going. Can't play the puck, and Evan Ha will turn back. Ha off the glass towards center. The Blades have got to the point now where moving the puck out of their own end has been somewhat difficult. Off the glass this time it goes down the ice, and another icing call.
Well, this is where you give their coach, Jamie Reeve, a lot of class and a lot of credit. These are not easy games to coach right now. Look at that.
As I said, just the remaining games of the season will be away from Saskatchewan Place in Saskatoon, all road games, and I would imagine this is one of those years where it may not be too difficult for hockey to come to an end for these players. Egener behind the net, stolen by Ryan Keller. Keller had a big year, 40 goals one season ago. Feeds it ahead off a stick, and O'Malley comes back. O'Malley with Egener. Mike Egener to O'Malley. Feeds it in front. Andrew Ladd looking for number 4 in the night. Can't find the puck. Blades will break out to center ice. Endicott. Getzlaf will play it, and Egener will claim the puck. To O'Malley. O'Malley rolls it in gently. Blades try to clear the zone. Wasey Rabbit has it ahead to Richard Kelly. Kelly makes one move, drops it off. Rabbit along with Setaguchi. Wasey Rabbit walks in. Rabbit shoots off the crossbar. Rabbit with a great move. Can't put it home. Knudsen shoots high and wide. And it goes all the way down to the Saskatoon end. But a beautiful move by Wasey Rabbit from the left bridge area. O'Malley steals and scores! A bad giveaway by the Blades in their own end. And number 8, Brett O'Malley right there to make it 6-0.
Oh, that's really tough on Ryan Sear. When you look at the crossbar that's hit by Wasey Rabbit way down the other end, it's Sear that's trying to get the puck up ice. Watch here. And it's intercepted and put into an empty net. And isn't that indicative of the way that this season's gone? Here's the crossbar. Rabbit's got Rusk beat, and it goes out. down the other end, an empty net goes in.
Ryan, that's so true. If that was not a sequence of play that might describe a troubled year, that was it. Number 13 of the season for Brett O'Malley. And the Hitmen are comfortably in front by a count of 6-0, looking to move ahead of the Red Deer Rebels in the school division of the Eastern Conference of the Western Hockey League. With a win tonight, that would appear to be done. But here's Lekovic breaking back. Boris Lekovic with a shot, sails high and wide. John Moyer holds it in. Van Leer is bumped. Whistle goes with 2 minutes 32 seconds left. That was an unassisted marker. O'Malley with that wonderful empty net as he put it in.
The Blades wish that they had their defenseman Mike Green back. What a good player he's been. He's injured at this point, missed 7 games, but Green has been a real spark for the offense here. He had 10 power play goals before he went down with the injury. 4th rated in North America, top D ranked, 11th in WHL scoring. So he would have really helped this team this evening.
And loved to play here. It's a Calgarian as well. Who would have thought that would have been pretty cool to be playing in front of family and friends. There's a little jostling inside the Calgary zone. The Hitmen probably feel like they can just back off at this point and watch it all occur.
Yeah, Evan Haas stepped in a little bit from the blue line to help out.
There's a young fellow with a good future, Devin Setaguchi from Tabor, has opportunities. One other problem the Blades have had is this.
Yeah, look at that. Only second to Portland in PIMS per game. Calgary is sort of in the middle of the range.
It's a tough night when you spend 26 minutes out of a possible 60 in the penalty box, though, isn't it? Makes a long hockey game. Kahn into his own corner. Covington can't play it. Covington in the corner to the left of the net. Brett Carson at center for Calgary drops it down, waits for his team to get onside, and feeds it rink wide. Off the boards, the puck bounds. Dane Crowley can't clear the zone. It's gloved ahead, but played by a Saskatoon Blade, so play continues on. And Patrick Weller will race after it deep in his own zone. The captain of the Hitmen is turned by a pair of Blades, but Weller breaks up rather simply. Covington knocks the puck away. Stephen Covington to the blue line, moves in. Bumped off the puck, and Riley Merkley will grab it. Back to Covington. Covington to Jeff Schultz. Schultz stops, waits at the blue line. Looks for a man to feed it to, decides to shoot, and it sails wide. Egener pinches in from the point. Mike Egener drops it in for Merkley. And Matt Fetchner will play it for Saskatoon. Up off a stick to center where Egener knocks it down. Endicott brings it right back. His long shot, Barry Brust, makes a relatively easy save. And now there's just 1 minute left to go in the second period. Played to the blue line. O'Malley can't get the handle on it. Jeff Schultz knocks it down, and Egener lifts it up high, and it goes down into the Saskatoon end. Knutson leaves it for Eisenkirch. Lekovic comes right back. Only 3 lines for the Blades on this one. Boris Lekovic moves to the corner, shoots it on. Rusk makes the save, leaves it for a bevy of skaters behind the net. Yak Bosky is going to go out for a penalty as he gets his gloves up high on the Blade. And then Andy Rogers is in on top of another blue skater. There'll be at least 1 penalty, and it looks as though Daryl Yak Bosky for roughing with just 29 seconds left in period 2, and they still won't call it a day.
Lakovic brings a lot of attention here. There's Jack Bosky, who goes after Lakovic. That's a penalty.
Arm in the air by the official, the referee, Chris Savage. And Yak Bosky over in the penalty box. Coming up in our second intermission, Ryan Getzlaf, the Calgary Hitmen star and the Anaheim Mighty Duck draft pick, will join Barry Strader. We'll have a Sportsnet studio update, and our TPS Hockey Play of the Period will come your way as well. Patrick Weller right off the face-off alleviates any pressure the Blades might attempt to get in the dying seconds by clearing it down the ice, and Derek Endicott has it in his own end to Devin Setaguchi. Setaguchi knocked off the puck. Trolligan moves away. High slot. Trolligan with a backhand shot. Rebound, and it's right there, and there is Ryan Sear robbing Ryan Getzlaf. Getzlaf on the penalty kill, drops it to his end, and time runs out in the clock here in the second period. A period that saw the Calgary Hitmen duplicate their efforts of the first. 3 goals in the first, 3 goals in the second, and Barry Brust and his Hitmen will skate off with make that a 6-0 lead over Ryan Sear and the Saskatoon Blades.
CCM Vector, breakaway.
Touch-up, please.
Because our experts break the trades that matter.
Nancy Carter headed to the Rangers.
I got traded to the Rangers, and I jumped online, didn't see anything online just yet, and I turned on Sportsnet, and there it was on TV.
Because you want to know what your general manager is up to. Because we cover your team better than anyone else.
Yeah, we can confirm it.
Breaking news, we have a huge trade involving
Hockey Central at the deadline. The place to be for the NHL's biggest news day of the year.
We hope you're enjoying the Western Hockey League here on Rogers Sportsnet. I'm Jamie Campbell. We're back to Calgary momentarily. Mike Comrie had his reasons for wanting out of Edmonton, but none of them will matter to those who pay for tickets to tomorrow night's game against the Phoenix Coyotes. The reception should be far from warm for a guy who engaged in a very public dispute with general manager Kevin Lowe before he was traded to Philadelphia. With more, here's Sportsnet's Gene Principe.
He arrived in Edmonton similar to the way he left it, under the spotlight, the glare of the media, as for a first time in his NHL career, Mike Comrie made his way to the opposing team's dressing room at Rexall Place.
Well, it brought back some memories. You know, the last few years, you know, I enjoyed playing here. I grew up here and always dreamed about playing here. And, you know, it's fun to be back.
There were hugs from old friends and cheers from new fans. As Comrie stepped back onto the ice at what used to be his home arena. He played just over 200 games with the Edmonton Oilers, but he scored some fabulous goals with the team. Yet his history goes much deeper than just the hockey club, because this used to be his town. A little boy who grew up skating and scoring in the Alberta capital. He was around the great ones during the glory years and has received some advice from his current boss, who's been down this road before.
Basically just to, you know, not take it too much to heart. You know, obviously it's going to be a little bit distracting, but do your best to worry about the game and not, you know, not worry too much about the surroundings.
The 23-year-old has already played the Oilers as a member of the Philadelphia Flyers, and just last Friday he faced them again with the Phoenix Coyotes. But now he's home, and who knows how many shots he will take from those that used to cheer him.
I realize that you know, some of those boos are probably because they are upset that I left, and you know, when they're upset that you left, it means they probably still want to see you in their you know, in their uniform. And
Comrie says he's been booed before when he played in the Alberta Junior Hockey League as well as the Western Hockey League and when he was with the University of Michigan. But with what is expected to happen on Tuesday night in these stands here at Rexall Place, it should add a very loud chapter in the hockey life of Mike Comrie, who was once a hero in his hometown. Gene Principe, Sportsnet, Edmonton.
Gene, thank you. I hope you paid for that seat. We'll have the game for you on Rogers Sportsnet West tomorrow, 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Comrie's back at Rexall. We'll see you then.
Tonight's stars of the game. No contest here. They were truly amazing. The crowd sure loves them.
But this guy is different, and I really want to show him that I'm thinking about him. This is cute. Too cute. I should play it cool. Now, these are pretty cool. This will get it there tomorrow. I don't want to look too eager.
At your post office, you'll find great gifts and so many ways to send them, making it easier to show you care. Canada Post, from anywhere to anyone.
This is how to make the most out of winter, right now, with a V300 camera phone. Or choose a color screen phone from only $24.99 and get up to $80 worth of bonus K2 gear, only from Rogers AT&T Wireless.
You can't leave a cup unrolled and roll up the rim to win at Tim Hortons with 30 GMC Canyons, 100 Panasonic Plasma TVs, Schwinn cruiser bikes, and millions of other prizes available. So get rolling.
Go! In the face of danger, they're smooth. I like your style. I like your moves. In the line of duty, they're explosive.
Stop shooting my car!
And when it comes to fighting crime, they know just how to do it. Do it.
All right.
From the director of Old School and Road Trip.
I know some people that rob some people.
Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson.
Which one do you like? Because we're going to stick to this. Well, I've always had a thing for blondes. Good, because I'll take anything.
Starsky and Hutch.
Starts Friday, March 5th.
Don't be scared, son.
It's me! That house in the city just passed inspection, so you could close next week.
Wow.
I wanted to tell you in person.
Nobody works harder for you than RE/MAX. That's why nobody in the world sells more real estate.
Tonight's stars of the game. No contest here. They were truly amazing. The crowd sure loves them.
The CHL magazine is now available on newsstands and CHL rinks. Prospect Hockey provides detailed rankings of the top 35 CHL prospects playing today. It is a must-read for hockey fans everywhere, so don't miss out. 3 goals in the first, 3 goals in the second, and the Calgary Hitmen have a 6-0 lead over the Saskatoon Blades after 2 periods of play. Joining me now, the leading scorer for the Calgary Hitmen, Ryan Getzlaf. Ryan, pretty solid performance so far through 2, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we're playing pretty well. You know, that's one thing you got to do against teams like this. You know, you never know how they're going to show up, and you know, Saskatoon's a struggling team, and these are teams you got to bury, I guess.
Andrew Ladd with 3 goals tonight, and your line has produced 4 goals tonight, 4 goals in your last game. You guys are really clicking right now.
We are, and you know, that's one of the biggest things that has to happen right now. You know, we got guys injured. You know, we got 3 of our four top guys out of our lineup right now, and you know, we got to be able to step up every night, and you know, that's what we're trying to do.
Without those three players, how tough will it be to catch Red Deer and perhaps even go into second place in the Central Division?
That's going to be tough, like I said, you got to work hard and you got to have guys stepping up every night, and it's not always going to be our line, and there's guys on our team that have stepped up really well for us right now, and our third and fourth line guys are playing second, first line and stuff, and those are the guys that you got to have every night.
Thanks, Ryan. Good luck in the third period.
Thank you very much.
Ryan Getzlaff of the Calgary Hitmen. Andrew Ladd celebrating his hat-trick goal as the Hitmen have a 6-0 lead over the Saskatoon Blades.
Generates more power than ever before. It generates more heat than ever before. That's why today's harder working engine needs Castrol GTX, engineered for the best protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown of any leading oil. Castrol GTX, put it in.
I race it all across Western Canada in time trials. We don't trailer this car to the events. We actually drive the car to the events, towing a trailer behind it.
Picture a Porsche 911 going down the track towing a trailer full of tires.
Cal Tire does all our wheel and tire work. Shearer, he knows tire fitments better than anybody else I know.
When you're racing with a vehicle, it has to be perfect. Once that vehicle leaves my shop, it has my name on it. It has the Cal Tire name on it as well.
Cal Tire, true service.
But this guy is different. I really want to show him that I'm thinking about him. This is cute. Too cute. I should play it cool. Now, these are pretty cool. This will get it there tomorrow. I don't want to look too eager.
At your post office, you'll find great gifts and so many ways to send them, making it easier to show you care. Canada Post, from anywhere to anyone.
Let's get him, boys.
Molson Canadian Oilers Sake. Coyotes, Oilers. Tomorrow at 7/8 Central.
The play of the second period is brought to you by TPS Hockey because the game is in your hands.
This is all about turning a puck over here. Ryan Getzlaff with a nice little soccer kick. Back foot soccer kick. He moves the puck into the neutral zone, and Andrew Ladd finishes for his third goal of the two periods so far. Beautiful little kick. Just sets the place for the Ladd shot.
Andrew Ladd enjoying a great night and had our second period play of the period. Well, earlier today, the Western Hockey League general managers got together here in Calgary for a little meeting just before playoff time. Among the people in attendance, the general manager of the Everett Silvertips, that's Doug Sotard. What a story Everett has been in their initial season in the Western Hockey League, setting a league record for victories and points. They're now tied for the U.S. division lead with the Tri-City Americans in their initial season. It's indeed a remarkable feat by Doug Sotard and crew in Everett.
Obviously, the coaches, the players deserve all the credit for the coming together as an organization, as a team on the ice and off the ice. And it's been remarkable, and they're having a lot of fun. We set the goal extremely high early in the year, told them what our expectations were, and they've been able to meet it.
Ryan, it's tough for established teams to do that, but first-year clubs, remarkable.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to my old buddy Soapy, Doug Sotard, and played with him in Montreal, played with him against him a bunch too, and you know, he made some right moves. Obviously, Kevin Constantine was the first right move. Constantine's a good coach, and I think when you develop, when you set a standard like Soapy said, when you hire that type of coach with that profile, you know right off the bat that you're not there to lose. You're going to be there to win. Now, you have to give the players a lot of credit. I mean, that's an expansion team group of players that are not playing like an expansion team.
In less than 3 weeks, it'll be playoff time in the Western Hockey League. Of course, it all leads to the Memorial Cup. The Kelowna Rockets will host the Mem Cup in Kelowna, and they will also be part of that. And their owner and their governor and their general manager is Bruce Hamilton, and he feels that Kelowna is more than ready for this year's big show.
Well, and that's what we're hoping to, you know, take it up another notch. Last year's was really well done, but I think it's an opportunity for us to bring in the, like I keep saying, the community needs to be a bigger part of it. The event can't just take place at the rink and then it be done. You need to spread it around so that the city gets something out of it also. And also, all the sponsors that are involved in this get an opportunity to, you know, show their wares and things like that. But from ours, we want people to have a great hockey experience, but we want them to also enjoy the Okanagan Valley.
And you'll see the Memorial Cup right here on Rogers Sportsnet. You also saw Brett O'Malley score tonight, part of a 6-0 Calgary lead going to period 3.
Tonight's stars of the game. No contest here. They were truly amazing. The crowd sure loves them.
In cold weather, washer fluid can refreeze. Here's the solution. New MotoMaster -45 wash with Teflon. With 3 times the de-icers, it stays effective longer to better clear your windshield. It has 3 times more detergent for more cleaning power and Teflon for smoother blade performance. Good visibility and safer driving. MotoMaster -45 wash with Teflon, only $2.99. Another innovative product found only at Canadian Tire.
You can't leave a cup unrolled and roll up the rim to win at Tim Hortons with 30 GMC Canyons, 100 Panasonic Plasma TVs, Schwinn Cruiser bikes, and millions of other prizes available. So get rolling.
Entertainment for the bus ride to the Stouffville Clippers away game, $140. 1 bag of cheesies, Tim Hortons donuts, Smarties, and pop, $42. Motel rooms for the night, $240. Knowing there's a big, clean sheet of ice waiting on the other end, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Fan of the CHL and those who love hockey above all else.
Tonight's stars of the game. No contest here. They were truly amazing. The crowd sure loves them.
Hengrove Saddledome in Calgary almost set for the third period, but first of all, let's check out what happened in the second. Our Subway scoring summary brought to you by Subway Eat Fresh. It was all Calgary again, 3 goals. Jakubowski made it 4-0, and then it was Andrew Ladd's hat-trick goal before Brett O'Malley rounded up the scoring. 11-6 shots on goal, 31-16 after 2, and we're set to go for period 3 here in Calgary. And Richard Kelly of the Blades tries to get something going. They want to end up on a positive note if they can. Long shot by Crowley. It deflects away. Evan Haw holds it in. His blast in front, and again, Wasey Rabbit was on the doorstep and almost had a golden opportunity to get the first one. This is a power play as Merrill Jakubowski has 1:10 left to go in his penalty for Calgary. Evan Haw rolls it to the blue line. Andrew Ladd rides him off the puck. Barry Brust behind his net. To a corner, and Michael Egener. Egener out to center ice where Sean Moyer will knock it down. Crowley. Setaguchi. Long feed. Misses Rich Kelly. Jeff Schultz will play in his own, and Thomas Troliga out of his own zone to center and some safety. 40 seconds left to go in the minor penalty. Jakubowski. Setaguchi in his own zone. Quickly up towards center and Endicott. Breaking in with Paulson. Marcus Paulson can't handle the pass. Egener will play it and lift it out all the way down to the Saskatoon end, where Ryan Sear, who's been just more than a little busy, leaves it for his defense. Eisenkirk ahead to Moyer. Sean Moyer is knocked down. Derek Endicott can't play it. Eisenkirk will have to go back into his own zone with just 5 seconds left in Jakubowski's minor penalty. ahead to Ryan Keller, and Keller chops it in. The penalty is over. Even strength. 6-0. Calgary leads, and the Hitmen in full control at the Pengrose Saddledome. Leading the Western Hockey League in attendance. What a year this franchise has had, drawing people. Numerous crowds in double figures, over 10,000 this year. 246,000 coming into this game. A Western Hockey League record. They score! Well, the Blades have broken the goose egg. Marcus Paulson walked in, and I think he surprised everybody, including Barry Brust. It's now 6-1.
I think Marcus Paulson surprised himself. This is a good shot he puts on net, but watch the redirect by the Calgary defenseman's stick right there. Goes off the stick and past Barry Brust. So Paulson on a 1-on-2 just puts it on net. And there was the problem there. It went off of Andy Rogers' stick. By the way, Raj, you know, you and I were wondering if the goaltender Ryan Sear didn't look quite like Ryan Sear. We actually got fooled a little bit because Adam Ward got put in by the coach, Jamie Reeve. That's a good move. That's a nice move by the coach. You know, Reeve allows Sear to take, you know, I mean, 36 goals and 31 shots. He puts Ward in and allows him to share the game.
There's Adam Ward, who shared the load with Ryan Sear throughout the course of the year. And he'll play in period 3. Marcus Paulson scoring for the Blades. Paulson so far this year has had a pretty decent season as far as the youngsters gone. He's got 32 points, 9 of them goals. Getting used to the WHL. Hitmen move the puck to center. Evan Hall will knock it down and throws it off the boards. Last game these clubs played, it was 3-0 for Calgary before the Blades made a big run in the third period before it was a final of 4-3 for the Hitmen. So Saskatoon trying to relive what happened less than a month ago. Covington to the Blade blue line, loses possession of the puck, cleared to center ice. Boris Lekovic takes it and just rolls it down into the Calgary end of the rink. Brett Carson. Weller to Carson, rolls to center. Sean Moyer knocks it down. 3 minutes have come and gone in period 3. Thomas Troliga at his own end, and Carson. It's for Dustin Kahn at center ice. Off a stick, chopped in deep. Racing after it is Aaron Roberge. He finds it with Sean Moyer. Roberge tries to kick it away from a pair of skates. Thomas Troliga outfights a Blade for the puck. Taken by Moskaluk. Walks right in. Moskaluk backhand. Oh, and it goes wide. Great effort by Daryl Moskaluk. And he almost netted his second of the game. Back to Carson. Long shot. Deflects wide off the side of the net. Moskaluk to the slot. Picked off there by the Blade defense. And Richard Kelly will clear to center ice off the stick of Wasey Rabbit down the length of the ice. And it's an icing call against Saskatoon.
Moskaluk gets an awful lot of ice and room to get to the net. Smart play by Moskaluk because it's Dean Crowley that loses his helmet. Watch here. Crowley loses the helmet there. Now he's got to skate right off, so that allows Daryl Moskaluk to walk right to the front of the net. Bit of a weird move, but that's the rule in the Western Hockey League. You lose your lid, and you've got to go sit in the bench.
Ryan Keller storms out the center for Saskatoon. Blades looking for their second of the hockey game and crawl just a little bit closer if they can. Ryan Getzlaf harassed from behind, coughs it up to Paulson, the goal scorer. Keller can't handle a pass cleanly, but gets a stick on it and over the head. Endicott for Paulson. Getzlaf clears it away, and Brent O'Malley in his own end. The hat-trick man, Andrew Ladd ahead to Getzlaf in the slot. The shot sails wide. Ryan Getzlaf will play it from Regina, enjoying a fine year after a great tournament for the national junior squad over in Finland, and an equally impressive training camp in Anaheim. O'Malley at the blue line, long shot, and the save was made by Adam Ward. Leaves it for the defense, and the Blades just clear it down off a stick into the Hitmen end of the rink. Barry Brust, he'll be a key man for this Hitmen club as they head towards the playoffs. Firing him from Spokane, he's played rather solidly since joining Calgary. Van Laer bumped along the boards. Brust cleared it to him inadvertently. Yeah, Kloski in his own end.
And Barry Brust sure uses the puck a lot, doesn't he? He really is involved. Every time the puck's behind the red goal line, it's Brust that's handling it. That'll be a big help to this Calgary defense.
Yeah, it's like having 3 defensemen out there if you can handle the puck properly. Yakbowski to Ryan Getzlaf. Onto the stick of Kahn. Dustin Kahn. High slot checked up by Richard Kelly. And Evan Haw. Kelly sidesteps a check from Covington. Haw will claim the puck and move out of his own end. I think he's got a lot of potential. Evan Haw moves ahead to Boris Lekovic. Long shot sails wide of the net. Brent Carson will play it in his own zone. Carson makes a turnaround, a pair of blades. Now it's Patrick Weller. Misses his man. Covington races after it. He and Matt Fetzner. Riley Merkley bumped off the puck. Richard Kelly plays it to Devin Setaguchi. One-on-one on Weller. Setaguchi's shot handled easily by Brust. And Richard Kelly goes up for a loose puck but loses possession of it. We played 6 minutes of the third period. Dustin Kahn walks in one-on-one on Dane Crowley. Crowley with a nice smart defensive play. The Winnipeg native rides him off the puck, and that allows Sean Moyer to grab it. His pass off Daryl Moskaluk. He touches it, and that is an offside call against Calgary. Only 1 goal this period. That belonging to the Saskatoon Blades. They trail it at Pengrove Saddledome.
Every day, you get a fresh start at life.
Start fresh every day. With a smile, I'm on my way. I want to start right with a great taste in every bite.
Start your day fresh with breakfast at Subway. Example.
Every day. Subway, start fresh. Oh, give me lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the commentary is set me up forever and I'll ask you please.
Touch up, please.
Coming up tonight on Sportsnet News with Mike Toth and Darren Millard, Brian Burke rants about some of the trade rumors that have been swirling around the NHL. Mike Comrie makes his return to Edmonton as Phoenix takes on the Oilers tomorrow, and we'll have the plays of the week. That's 10 o'clock tonight, Mountain Time and Pacific.
Yes, we'll run down what's happened. And as usual, as you close into the end of the National Hockey League season, you have the odd issue, and we're just a mere few days away, just over a week from the trading deadline.
It's always an exciting time. What about your Colorado Avalanche? I'm not saying they're yours, but I'm just saying.
What are you saying then?
Well, what I'm saying is that they're in a real spin. I wonder if Pierre Gauthier is going to do a little bit of work here.
Yes, they're looking at probably making a deal as Getzlaf moves out of the corner for Calgary, drops it back. Another deal made by Jersey today. 3-0 Tampa Bay beats Colorado tonight. The Avs are just swooning. You can bet something's going to go on there. Pierre Lacroix will make some kind of move.
Said Gauthier.
Well, this Hitman Club does a lot of things well, and one of them is their ability to be on the positive side in terms of plus-minus, Ryan, and they've got quite a slate of players that have done just that.
Yeah, look at that. That's high to have that many players in the top 10. And Schultz tied for 7th there. Wow. Andrew Ladd, plus 36, came in as plus 34, so he's added to it here this evening.
First-year player, not too shabby. Richard Kelly can't put the puck in front of the Calgary net, but Evan Haw holds it in briefly before losing possession. Lacey Rabbit claims the loose puck. Rabbit's been all over the ice, and he's had probably 3 very solid scoring chances, but has not been able to get one by Barry Brown.
Well, through 2 periods, you know, it's unfortunate for the Blades. They've had 10 scoring chances. They've just been unable through 2 periods to put it in. Finally, in the third, they get one.
Good hustle by Rabbit. Tried to feed it in front of the net. Hitman will break away. Aaron Robert to Moskaluk. Moskaluk bumped off the puck. He can't pick it up as it's loose into the high slot. Blades will break out 2-on-2. Richard Kelly And Van Laer. Kelly clears it on Barry Bruston. There's another indication of that good puck movement by the Calgary netminder. Roberge grabs it in center, but he wasn't patient enough. Maybe too patient, you could say. And it's an offside call.
Yeah, Barry Brust. That's a nice up pass by Brust. Looks like he broke his stick. It's even the goaltenders break their sticks.
There's a look at what's happened to him since he came to Calgary. Positive.
Yeah, very positive. I agree with your point about playoffs. I think, you know, a 20-year-old who is obviously very excited to keep his game moving forward as a Minnesota draft pick is going to be good in the playoffs.
Well, so often goaltenders can win you hockey games, and over the years in the Western League, you've seen some fine goaltending performance come up huge, and who knows, Barry Brust's acquisition may even get better for this Calgary team as time goes on. Hahn to Merkley, and he drops it in. Kane Crowley tries to find Boris Lekovic. It goes wide all the way down to the Calgary end. And we played 8 minutes and 30 seconds in the third period. 6-1. Calgary leads the Saskatoon Blades. Covington drops to Michael Eggener. Eggener into Riley Merkley. Makes a move around the defense. Can't beat them cleanly. Blades try to clear the zone. Covington moves it away to an open area. Jeff Schultz backhand shot. And Ward makes an easy save. That'll force another draw inside the Blades end of the rink.
Oh, that was a nice play by Calgary. They were all over the ice. They were sprawling and still making offensive plays.
There's Mike Egner. Egner has got one of these guys that is just highly thought of because of his toughness. There's lots of big defensemen. There's not many tough defensemen, but Michael Egner is certainly one of them. And I look forward to him going on to play pro hockey and being quite good at it. Ryan Keller comes back for Saskatoon on the steal at the blue line. Can't get a shot away because there's nice defensive work. Ryan gets left with a Hitman. Keller still has it. Blue line. Knutson's shot sails way wide. Egner turns in his own end. Up to Andrew Ladd. A hat trick in the game. Ladd can't move away from the Saskatoon player. Drops it back to the blue line. Daryl Yakboski loses it. Here comes Keller. Breaking back. Keller. A shot right on. Rebound, and Paulson can't claim it. Marcus Paulson, the goal scorer. Could not get the puck off the glove of Barry Brust. He would have had an open net had he been able to corral it. Blades race back. Eisenkirch. Joel Eisenkirch goes behind his own goal. Stops and waits for his team to set it up, and he'll move out of his own end. Blades lose the puck at the blue line. Brett O'Malley, however, is trapped, and he is called on the offside. Another opportunity for Saskatoon by the wayside.
Yeah, the puck bounces right here over Yakboski's stick, and it creates a 2-on-1 where there's at least a shot on net. Good shot, actually. Good save by Barry Brust. I like that. On the 2-on-1 in that position, Paulson's going to the net. Put the puck on net.
Well, in spite of the score, I'd like Ryan Keller again. We saw him earlier this season in Red Deer. He seems to have a nose for the net, and he's given her out there. He's looked very, very solid in both games that we've done here, Ryan, with the Saskatoon Blades this season.
They haven't had a lot of offense, and Keller's the guy that's generated most of it.
They clear it in, but it's blown down. It was gloved ahead. Less than 10 to go in the third. Calgary comfortably in front.
Don't be scared, son.
Ed, it's me! That house in the city just passed inspection, so you could close next week.
Wow.
I wanted to tell you in person.
Nobody works harder for you than RE/MAX. That's why nobody in the world sells more real estate.
It's time to look back at our contest this evening. The game review is brought to you by Castor Oil. Oil as advanced as today's engines. Well, Andrew Ladd's had quite a story himself. A power play goal is Shorty, 3 in all. Thomas Trolliga with 3 assists and a +2 rating this evening. The Hitmen have outshot the Blades 33-21, and the power plays have been 1 for 2 for Calgary, 0 for 5 for Saskatoon, and that kind of says it all in a nutshell with 9:43 left before Rich Crom and his team claim what appears to be a victory. Calgary looking for their 32nd of the season. Ward lets it go to Matt Fetzner, and Fetzner leaves for Evan Hall out of their own end. The Blades break out smartly. Richard Kelly races down to the Calgary line. Kelly long shot deflects wide. Jack on the boards. Fetzner holds it in. Behind the goal, Andy Rogers will race after. All 6'5" of him misses his man on the pass. Down to the Blade zone, and with it is Aaron Ward, leaving it for Fetzner. Blades to the blue line, allowed to clear the zone. And Patrick Weller has it. Trolligan with a shot right on and a save. Nice shot by Thomas Trolliga, who's had a pretty good night, as we showed you just seconds ago, with those 3 assists.
You know, the Hitmen bench is a little bit even smaller. I'm only counting about 10 players on the bench, Raj. Wonder if we've got one other player injured. We'll see. Just keep an eye on it here.
16 skaters. They started the game. Saskatoon had only 15 skaters.
Yeah.
Guys just dropping like flies. It's the time of the year. People have to understand, the young kids especially, 16 and 17. Fatigue rolls in when you're rolling around that 65 game mark. And it's a learning experience. They get stronger as the years go on in junior. Dane Crowley plays it ahead. John Kara comes up. Kara rolls it in. Barry Brust will play the puck. Brust very good with that stick. Feeds it to the blue line. Kept in by Crowley. Long shot. Oh, and it's almost stolen by Merkley. Down low, Lekovic loses possession. Dustin Kahn has it, and Kahn gives to Brett Carson. Kahn will track it down. Riley Merkley has the puck. Merkley down low for Kahn. All alone is Covington in front. Can't get it to it. Sean Moyer steals the puck, and it's picked up by Van Laer, and Ben Van Laer will race out. Barry Brust has no problem with that, as we've played 12 minutes and 5 seconds of the third. Game number 67 for the Calgary Hitmen. For the Blades, number 67 as well, as they close in on completion of their 72-game Western Hockey League schedule. All sorts of time for the Hitmen to move smartly out of their own end. It's Ladd along with Getzlaf and O'Malley. O'Malley to the blue line, and Ryan Getzlaf could not hold on, as he was offside by about a half step.
All the Calgary Hitmen now, Roger, have just come out, just snapped a 6-game slide Saturday with a 5-2 win over Medicine Hat, and this will be 2 in a row. That'll help with some momentum. You know, it's an interesting schedule, as Calgary plays Red Deer 3 more times. Those are going to be great games.
Not a lot of love lost, Ryan. I'm sure you're surprised at that. There's a chance in front. O'Malley is robbed. Great save by Ward, as he was fed beautifully by Getzlaf. O'Malley in front to Rogers. Can't get a handle on it. Getzlaf on a shot. There's Ward with another save. Pressure by the big line of the Calgary Hitmen. O'Malley, Getzlaf, and Ladd. Knudsen knocks O'Malley down to the right of the Saskatoon goal. Keller can't clear the zone. Kept in. Here's Getzlaf out of the corner. Makes a move. Has possession into the circle. Getzlaf. One-timer, and it goes off the bar. What a pass. Getzlaf to Ladd. And Andrew Ladd was inches away from his fourth.
You know, the real problem with all of this is 5-on-5.
Yak Bosky with it. Yes, it has a statement, doesn't it? Endicott with a chance to clear, and gets it by Daryl Yakboski, to the relief of the Saskatoon Blade bench, and they'll bring it back 200 feet for the Dog.
Oh, this is just a barrage of chances here on poor Ward. That cross-ice pass to Getzlaf, who just puts it and allows the puck to get to the net. This is a shot by Ladd. That would have been 4. And that pass was coming from Getzlaff also, so he's the setup man for this line so far.
Thomas Troliga almost got his first of the night to go along with his 3 assists. Just as you were speaking, Ryan, and finishing up there. Wow, he was right on top of the crease. And Aaron Ward has been busy of late. 38 shots now for Calgary.
Yeah, but if you count the 5, the 4, the 3 posts and the 2 crossbars, that's a lot more than 38.
Here's a chance for Troliga, knocked off, and after a good save by Ward on the deflection. Gracie Rabbit to the blue line. Rabbit back pass. Kelly shot right on. Rebound. A nice save by Brust. Blades with a chance for their second, but Barry Brust makes the save. Robert drops for Brett Carson. It's Carson working on Evan Haw. Aaron Robert drops it deep. Richard Kelly will steal, and Richard Kelly brings it back. Blades close to their second of the game. No. It's not horseshoes or hand grenades. It's hockey. Post doesn't cut it. Michael Egger takes his time with 5:20 of the clock in the third. To Schultz and Covington. They sidestep the puck. Blades allowed to clear their end. Crowley to center. Van Laer drops it in off the boards. Schultz misses Riley Merkley. Jeff Schultz to the blue line, out to center, and Covington less than 5 minutes to go. Dustin Kahn plays the puck, feeds it through the slot, almost stolen. Off a high stick, knocked down by Riley Merkley. Good forechecking by the Hitmen. Covington tries to move away for a shot. John Kara knocks him off the puck. Van Laer just clears and rolls to center. Jeff Schultz to Dustin Kahn, and quickly the Hitmen throw it right back in. Wave after wave of white sweaters here in the third with 39 shots on goal. Andrew Ladd still looking for his 4th of the game. Out of the corner. Ladd drops it for Covington. Back to Ladd into the circle. Andy Rogers. Shot goes wide. Daryl Yakboski with a shot right on. Big save. Rebound. Covington can't find it. It lies there before Andrew Ladd moves it away. He's tackled by Van Laer. Sean Moyer claims the puck, and Moyer says, "I've had enough." Shoots it down the ice. Icing is called, but there's a melee just inside the Saskatoon blue line. Andrew Ladd not happy with the way he was received as far as the treatment was concerned behind the Saskatoon net. But not much coming out of that. Barry Brust with a nice save. Closing in on a 6-1 win.
But this guy is different, and I really want to show him that I'm thinking about him. This is cute. Too cute. I should play it cool. Now these are pretty cool. This will get it there tomorrow. I don't want to look too eager.
At your post office, you'll find great gifts and so many ways to send them, making it easier to show you care. Canada Post, from anywhere to anyone.
This is how to make the most out of winter, right now. With a V300 camera phone, or choose a color screen phone from only $24.99 and get up to $80 worth of bonus K2 gear, only from Rogers AT&T Wireless.
Every day, you get a fresh start at life.
Start fresh every day with a smile. I'm on my way. I want to start right with a great taste in every bite.
Start your day fresh with breakfast at Subway. Egg sandwiches made fresh with no greasy taste on fresh baked bread. Your choice of bacon, ham, western, or cheese, plus your favorite Subway toppings.
Start fresh every day. Subway, start fresh.
The Western Hockey League on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Cal Tire. Celebrating 50 years of know-how with a huge selection of tires including Michelin Arctic Alpines. And by Canada Post, proud sponsors of the Canada Post Cup 3-star promotion.
Ryan, you speculated the Hitmen suffered more injury concerns. Let's go to Barry Strader to find out about it.
Thanks very much, Roger. Daryl Moskaluk is gone for the night. He has a contused hip, so the Calgary Hitmen bench is even thinner than it was when they first started this game. Roger?
No, it's even. Barry, there's 15 skaters for both teams. They just wanted to even it up.
Yeah, it's really tough for Richard Crom and his Calgary Hitmen. As we were pointing out, they go into that crucial series against Red Deer to figure out positioning in the Central Division.
Sean Landholt and Mark Runeem already injured, trying to get back as soon as they can. Bodies falling. As I said, 5 games left to play for the Hitmen in their Western Hockey League regular season before playoff time, including those 3 key against the Red Deer Rebels. Long shot misses Marcus Paulson. Andrew Ladd gets a double minor, and as a result, Saskatoon has a power play. Evan Haw from the blue line, shot right on, rebound. Keller can't find it. He had Barry Brush down, but could not get a hold of the puck. O'Malley moves it by Eisenkirch. Evan Haw will play it for Saskatoon and races back. 16:40 gone in the period of the blue line. Egger knocks it down. Here come the Hitmen right back. Just missing Brett O'Malley. Aaron Ward, the goaltender, makes a smart play out of his own end and leaves for Dane Crowley. 1:05 left to go in the Saskatoon power play. 3:05 left to go in the hockey game.
And there's a pretty good look right there at the way the Saskatoon season's gone. You know, Dane Crowley, number 7, young 16-year-old playing in the power play, defense in the power play. One of the toughest things to do. What an opportunity, though, to grow as a player.
Eggener moves in, has a man, it's Covington. Tries to find Trolligan in front, unable to get it to him. Back to the blue line. Kept in by Yakboski, and Daryl Yakboski. In front to Covington, a shot sails wide. Stephen Covington tried to go top shelf with a shorthanded situation. Hitman already with 1 shorty in this game. Now with 40 shots on goal. Long pass misses Setaguchi. Icing is called against the Blades. 21 seconds left to go in Ladd's double minor.
Well, that was a good opportunity, or a good try there by Sean Moyer. Getting the puck off ice. He could have probably created the little relay in the neutral zone, but Moyer trying to go for the breakaway. Getting the puck to Setaguchi.
Blades out of their own end. Wasty Rabbit to Setaguchi. Setaguchi fans on the shot. Puck is loose, knocked down in front of Rabbit. Can't get it towards the goal. O'Malley picks it up, shoots it down the ice, and there's less than 5 seconds left in the penalty, and 2:05 on the clock here in the 3rd period. Dane Crowley for the Blades, up towards center ice. Dumps it in. Rust claims the puck. Robarge takes it and drops it in. Blades have had fewer opportunities in the 3rd period after they had the power play that they had before. They'll put it in behind the net. Brust plays it. Van Laer can't find the puck. Aaron Roberge has it. Ahead to Thomas Trolligan. Trolligan moves around the defense. Knudsen knocks him off. Keller bumps him behind the blade net. To the point, Yakboski shoots wide of the net. John Kara with a chance to clear the zone, and Eggener will race back to center. Michael Eggener. Roberge puts it in. Ward leaves it for Knudsen. Nicholas Knudsen moves away, drops it to a teammate. Out to center it goes, and we have less than a minute to play here in the 3rd period as Andy Rogers grabs the puck and finds Thomas Trolligan. Center ice to Roberge, and as Ryan, you pointed out on a couple of occasions, this has been a game where inexperienced players, young players on the Hitmen have enjoyed a lot of ice time. And that's by plan rather than by necessity. Then we've got a little altercation behind the net. They're not going to go quietly. Ryan Getzlaff's right in there. Nicholas Knudsen for Saskatoon. A couple of other players as well. Matt Fetzner, I believe, is one of them. Yes, it is. And the other member is Dmitry Chapilkin, the young Euro player from Russia. They'll have early showers as they head off, and there's a look at how it all began, right?
42 seconds left. A little bit of pushing in the face. Fetzner just sort of rubs a face, and that's what starts it all. You know, really, for a 6-1 game, Roger, it's been pretty tame, and I don't mean that it's bad that it's been tame, but it has.
Chapilkin leaves the ice surface.
Yeah, Getzlaf's going to go too.
Well, with 42.2 seconds left, it's the prudent move. Well, with tonight's 6-1 victory, the Central Division looks like this. The Calgary Hitmen have moved up. They are ahead of the Red Deer Rebels by 1 point. However, Red Deer does have a game in hand. They also have 32 wins compared to the 31 by Red Deer. But in the dying moments of the schedule, as far as the regular season is concerned, it's still a ways from being completed.
Now, it's certainly been completed for a while for head coach Jamie Reeve. But if you haven't been listening in, and you are now, we want you to know that, boy, he has done a fabulous job just maintaining his composure and staying upbeat. He was upbeat before this game, knowing that they had 9 injuries and that a 6-1 loss might happen.
Well, and proud of his young players getting time to develop, and you look to the future in years like this. Marcus Paulson races by the defense, feeds it in front off the stick of Bruss. Less than 30 seconds to go in the third period. Hahn gets it ahead to Merkley. To the blue line, and just offside is Stephen Covington. Lots of young players in the Saskatoon lineup. Haw will be back. He's a young fellow. Nicholas Knutson will also be around next year. Dane Crowley. Not to mention Boris Lekovic. Devin Setaguchi. Wasey Rabbit has plenty of time to play. Guys we haven't seen tonight. Joe Barnes, a youngster with a great future. So you have to look for the future when times are tough.
Talking to a couple of scouts before the game, they didn't mind that these young players were going to get lots of ice time. That's what they're here to see. They've already seen a lot of the 18 and 19-year-olds.
Dying seconds of this hockey game, the Calgary Hitmen get 2 valuable points in the Central Division standings as the horn goes to end the hockey game as part of a 6-1 win. Ryan, I guess in final synopsis, not that big a surprise.
Not a big surprise. I think there were some great efforts, though, right from Barry Bruss all the way out for the Calgary Hitmen. And if you're the Hitmen, you're going to gain some good offensive momentum for your team heading, 6-7 games away from the playoffs.
Next up for the Hitmen will be the Prince Albert Raiders here in Calgary on Wednesday. Andrew Ladd has the hat trick. Barry Bruss holds the fort. The Calgary Hitmen record a 6-1 win.
Tonight's stars of the game. No contest here. They were truly amazing. The crowd sure loves them.
What drives us to give every Subaru Forester more standard safety features than any SUV in its class? What drives us to earn the highest possible ratings in every crash test by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety? What drives us to make the best small SUV the Institute has ever tested? We're driven by what's inside. The all-wheel drive Subaru Forester.
Entertainment for the bus ride to the Stouffville Clippers away game, $140. 1 bag of cheesies, Tim Hortons donuts, Smarties, and Pop, $42. Motel rooms for the night, $240. Knowing there's a big, clean sheet of ice waiting on the other end, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Fan of the CHL and those who love hockey above all else.
Flat tire on my van. I think my wife parallel parks front first. No time to get the tire fixed with the kids and everything like that, but I headed over to Cal Tire.
No, it was about a minute till closing. A leaky tire isn't safe. You can't watch the clock on that.
And the bay doors opened up and hooked up all the hoses outside, and I've just never had service that good. Nice to find a place that 1 minute before closing still means that you're open.
Cal Tire. True service.
Tonight's stars of the game. No contest here. They were truly amazing. The crowd sure loves them.
Our next action, a CHL variety on Rogers Sportsnet, comes your way Sunday. The London Knights are in Kitchener to take on the Rangers, always packed in Kitchener. 4 o'clock Mountain, then 3 o'clock Pacific time as we look on the OHL. Up next in our East region and Ontario women's Olympic qualifying soccer. Meantime, in the Western Pacific, our Gillette World of Sport comes your way. Daryl Moskaluk opened the scoring. Thomas Trolia had a great night on 3 assists. Saskatoon Blades fought valiantly with very few skaters, only 15. Their goaltending from Ryan Sear was pretty sharp, but you could not hold back the likes of Andrew Ladd, who scored 3 times for the Calgary Hitmen. The Hitmen would roll on for their 32nd win of the season as they continue to press to the playoffs in front of the Hitman Bret Hart. For Ryan Walter and Barry Strader, our entire telecast crew, I'm Roger Millian saying good night from the Penrose Saddledome in Calgary.
Darren Millard and Mike Joe, weeknights at 10 on Sportsnet News.